up in the front seat, get my meals, I'm gunning for the money in the bank. Coming with a dank, scrolling in the tank, rolling with the gang. You sick and I on the sideline tripping, I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin. Yeah, I'm okay.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin My Racks.
What up, though?
We got Young Sus in the TD booth. We have nobody in the audio booth. Sus is on 1s and 2s today. Appreciate you. Shout out.
1s, 2s, and 3s.
2s, and yeah, 100%. And we have a special guest joining us at some point today.
Yes.
Okay, one Bruno, we gave him the name because Roman, he reached legendary status where, like, you know, there's only like one Michael.
Yeah.
There's only one Roman at WoodwardSports. But yeah, there's a second technical one, but we call him Bruno. He's joining us later in the show to debate a list we made. That wasn't even completed, by the way.
He's killing the list killers.
Yeah, he's going to try to kill the list killers. I'm ready for it, too.
I'm ready for it, too. I'm excited.
100%. We're saving that one. And then, of course, you guys know we're the one show on the network that talks UFC. All right? So we got to talk Kamaru Usman being knocked out in the final minute of Saturday's main event for the welterweight strap.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. You know, Leon Edwards lost. You could maybe give him the second round, I would say.
That first round, we got him that takedown.
Yeah, first round. Yeah, you got him with the takedown. Second round was like 10-8 Usman. That's when he just controlled him. But that's the only one you could give to him. Usman won the rest in dominating fashion like he normally does, you know, just taking him down, controlling, having control time, being on top of it. And he was dropping him with some shots. And then, boom. Like you said, 50 seconds left. Led him with his left hand. Usman ducked down just like Cheeto
DC?
did Dominic Cruz last weekend.
Yeah.
Led him with the left hand. Usman ducked down. High kick right to the chin. Knocked him out cold. It was pretty crazy, pretty wild. You know, Usman he was up at GOAT status.
Yeah.
Like the guy was doing things that haven't been done since Anderson Silva. So when you're in that type of comparison, you've reached GOAT status. And yeah, he got knocked.
What?
Joey said Usman had the Jason Kabinda eyes, and he did.
He did.
He fell back. He literally folded, fell back, out. Everybody was going one. Nobody saw it coming, and yeah, so they're gonna do round 3. They got to do round 3, and I think Usman will win it back. But but man, that's how you get a belt. You got to go out there and take it, and he took it from him,
which is crazy.
Pause.
It's crazy because like Leon's not known for like knockouts. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he's a decision guy. He has an all-around game. He's going to wrestle you. Kind of boring sometimes. I mean, a lot of people would call him boring. I never was like that. Leon, if you're listening, you know what I'm saying? Shout out, got to get you on the show, champ. But, that was crazy. I think it's crazy that he beat Usman because Usman was ranked #1 pound for pound. Dude was just on his way to becoming GOAT status, like you said. Mm-hmm. But it's even, like, it's insane the way he did it. He, like, literally folded him into a lawn chair.
It was bad. It was bad. He literally folded at the waist. Fell backwards, out on the mat.
In the final 55 seconds, goddamn.
Yeah, that's what he had to do because he lost the fight if he didn't knock him out. And he did, and he got the belt, and he got finish of the night, I'm sure, or he got performance of the night.
Yeah, for sure he did.
And so congratulations to him.
What do you think was a bigger like shock or like moment? Was when Pena bit Nunes or Leon's KO over Usman last week?
Oh man, that's tough.
Saturday,
that's tough. I feel like Leon versus Usman, just because it was like the fight was wrapped up.
Yeah.
Everybody would say, "Oh, it's over." Leon looks broken. Yeah. He just dominated him. This fight's over, and then boom, just like that. That's why it's one of the best sports in the world because
for sure
anything can change in a matter of seconds. And Pena versus Nunes was hype too, though, because Amanda Nunes is one of the most dominant athletes ever, and she got bodied. So that one though, at least you saw it like throughout the whole fight. You're like, okay, Pena's Pena's putting it on her. Pena's giving it to her a little bit. This one, Usman dominated for 23.5 minutes.
100%.
And then boom.
Yeah, so I want to say like you love. That's just why you love the sport, though. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not. It was basically a blowout win up until that point. Mm-hmm. So that was your one of your only. Or actually, you said your second time watching MMA. What was your takeaway on that one?
Yeah, it was my second time. The first one was the McGregor and Khabib fight. So I mean, I've been spoiled as a UFC fan, like as a very casual fan, if you can call me that. Because also that was the card with Derek Henry, right?
Derek Lewis,
Derek Lewis, where he said my balls,
my balls is hot.
My balls is hot. But no, it was absolutely incredible to see like Usman, even as a casual watcher, like to see that Usman was totally in control that whole fight, and then to just change with one kick, and he didn't pounce on him, nothing after. He knew as soon as he landed it, it was over. Good night. That was really awesome.
Lights went out. Yeah, it was awesome.
That part actually was dope too. Is like, because you see like the extra shots sometimes, super necessary. Yeah. But like no, right away. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? No, it was dope, man. I remember Edwards got a lot of flack for like fights that got canceled. Not even on his part. One, he Hamzat, he's supposed to fight. He got COVID, and people were like bitching at Edwards about that one. You know what I'm saying?
What am I supposed to do, bro? That guy got COVID. I was ready to scrap.
It was crazy, man. Because like to me too, like that division specifically, the welterweight division. For anybody who's just tuning in, don't know what we're talking about. UFC welterweight championship fight was this past weekend. Kamaru Usman was I think a -270 favorite. Leon Edwards was a +370. And he knocked him out in the final minute of the fight. It was, and it's funny enough, his nickname's Rocky. It's a true like Rocky story moment. But that was wild. How about that Luke Rockhold fight,
dude?
Luke,
that was dirty, man. When he was rubbing his nose blood on Paulo's face.
Oh man,
I was like, Luke Rockhold, you are a dirtball for that. Like he was gushing too. That was
gross.
That was broke. Like his nose was broke.
Yeah,
and that was Paulo was tagging him up, but. Luke, he didn't break. He never, never got dropped, didn't get knocked out, but he was getting abused.
Dude, he still has moments in that fight too. Like, there's that
almost
one point,
choked him out.
Yeah. I think at one point too, he had like those 3 like leg kicks in a row. They're just nasty, like,
Yeah. No,
body kicks. Yeah.
And Paulo laughed at the first one, and he like rubbed it, and hit him right again.
Yeah, so he hit him 2 more times. Like, oh shit.
That was a good fight though. Great. It was a great card.
Yeah,
all the fights were good, but. Yeah, I feel bad for Usman, man.
Yeah, he's gonna get the strap back. It's actually not gonna get pay-per-view points in the rematch because that one's gonna blow for sure.
Oh, for sure.
If they do it in the UK, Paddy's gonna be on that card too.
Yeah.
Like, that's gonna be a big pay-per-view points for your guy Leon. But the Luke Rockhold thing too, I just want to say like. So anybody from my gym may be watching, they know that's how I roll, man. The way he was looking tired and just doing crazy shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I was.
Spinning kicks.
I'm just like that ass tired when he comes near me. I'm like, it's so crazy.
They were both gassed. It was, that's 2 big guys going at it for a
100%.
while.
Well, Rockhold, former champion, like, if you were in shape, I'm just saying, prime Rockhold.
Oh yeah,
destroys the costume.
Yeah,
man.
Duh. But he's not prime Rockhold. He's old as hell.
That's true,
and that's what happens.
I just had to give them that excuse because Friday I told everybody parlay Leon Edwards and Rockhold.
Yeah,
and then Rockhold didn't hold up his part. Leon almost didn't too though. I'll back off that one. But Spitty, you rocking some fire today, fam.
Yeah, I got the merch. Shout out Berkeley Edwards for hooking us up.
Beast now.
We got the merch coming. It's
Berkeley Edwards, brother of Brandon Edwards.
And we doing it right now?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's run it. Let's run it.
I got I got all of the names for the people that pre-ordered in this wheel. So this is for the Hutchinson or Kenneth Walker autograph. And we're spinning now. She's spinning. She's spinning. Round and round it goes. Who gets this? And it is Michael Tiskevich.
Is that mustache?
Shout out
No
mustache.
way.
Mike Tiz won it. Wow, good for him. He's going to want the Hutchinson one for sure.
Yes, sir. If you guys are tuning in, that's a raffle we did. If you pre-ordered, which technically you still pre-order, and I'll give away the Kenneth Walker one too if we're still going to do that. But the merch we have for the Woodward Heavyweights, if you pre-order right now or last week, you automatically entered yourself in a raffle to win an autographed Aiden Hutchinson poster, which your boy Stash with a dub.
Yeah, took it off.
Nice.
I didn't put my dad on there. I didn't put my mom on there. I didn't put my sister on there.
Damn. I feel like Papa Rex would have wanted to.
Papa would probably want it for sure. But I was like, I can't give it to one of my family members.
Yeah, I feel you.
And I did put my boys on there though because like 4 or 5 of them bought the shirt, pre-ordered it. So
shout out
to them.
It's okay. We got the Hutchinson winner.
Yeah.
We talked about Bruno wanting smoke. The other fight I want to talk about real quick from UFC 214. I'm sorry. I know we're talking Detroit Lions the whole day. I promise you guys.
Yes.
Probably sneak a little bit Pistons because Jalen Rose. Was he talking crazy? You think the Jalen Rose stuff?
It's a little bit.
Comparing Cade and Jaden to was it Billups, Bing, and what was the third one?
Zeke.
Zeke, Isaiah.
Yeah, he said it's going to be the new all-star Pistons backcourt. So we'll probably dive into that a little. But a lot of Lions. Obviously, we brought back Stock Watch. That's one of our benchmarks. We're going to be doing that every Monday throughout all the football season. So we're going to do Stock Watch for the Lions coming off of their preseason victory over the Indianapolis Colts. But before we get into that, we got to get into Roman Bruno. He's coming at the list killer. He's killing our list. So we're going to have to do that. But we also got a lot of stuff going on with the Lions. We got the running back battle.
They practiced with no coach today, by the way.
Practice with no coach today. Yeah,
I got to look into that.
That's pretty wild.
That caught my eye.
We got Tom Kennedy. Is Tom Kennedy the preseason Cooper Kupp? People are calling him. Bruno calling it. But, a lot of different things going on. A lot of Lions stuff to get to. I love that. Love that. Football's back, man.
Oh, yeah.
Football's back. It's in full swing. Tapping out on some Lions stuff, man. I'm excited.
20 more days. 20 more days. Detroit Lions kick off. We get that first dub against Philadelphia Eagles. You owe me $5 with that one.
We're going to
week 2.
Oh
yeah. What's going on?
Shout out my guy Dylan. So I don't know if you guys saw, but over the weekend I went to a Tigers game. It was my dad's birthday present. Me and my brothers took him to the Tigers game for his 70th birthday. We sat 8 rows behind home plate, 6 seats.
No big
saw
deal.
Shohei, saw Mike Trout. Tigers got the win. Riley Green went crazy. Around like the 4th or 5th inning, I'm sitting there, and one of the vendors walks down and gives me a beer. And he's like, yeah, it's from that guy back there. I turn around, he goes, heavyweights. I was like, all right, bet.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I went up and dapped him up and stuff. We were talking. And his name's Dylan, and he hit me up on Twitter. But he told me at the game, he was like, yeah, I got Lions tickets too. Like 25-yard line. I got 5 of them. Like, if you and Eazy want to go to a game,
dude, yeah,
we can make it out. I was like, hell yeah. I was like, I don't even got to ask him. I was like, hell yeah, we want. He's like, all right, week 2 against the Commanders. I was like, hell yeah, bro, run it. So,
damn, bro,
remember being there fooling.
Those are good seats.
Yeah, those are good seats.
Some fire seats.
So, yeah,
shout out to Dylan.
Shout out to Dylan hooking it up. Yeah, hooking up the heavyweight. Bought me the summer shandy. Yeah, boy, it was fire.
Remember, you got someone in the TD booth, too. Just remember, if there's 5 tickets.
Yeah, you don't like football.
I'll go.
If you name me, how about this? Go put the cam on you and name me 5 Detroit Lions players. I probably should make it.
No,
that's too easy. That's
three starters on the Washington Commanders.
No,
3 starters. Yeah, that's impossible. I lost.
Give me 10 Detroit Lions.
10?
Yeah.
All right. Wow, we're really gonna do this for content.
Yes,
we're dying for the commercial.
Hey, come on, let's get it.
All right, Quintus Cephas, Jared Goff,
okay,
Amon-Ra, why am I blanking on his name? Oh, Hutch, obviously.
Okay.
Malcolm Rodriguez.
Okay.
Jeff Okudah.
Okay.
Frank Ragnow.
You got to this clock, it's 14.
Damn. Dude, I know 10. That's what's killing me too. Will Harris.
Okay.
I'll probably name like all over the board. Damn, why am I blanking on the running backs?
Got 2 more.
Yeah, I know. I'm blanking on the running backs. That's what's killing me. If I can remember 2 of the running backs, I'm good. Yeah.
Eyes up and away from the chat too.
I'm not looking at the chat. I'm looking dead at you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm blanking.
Yeah, and that's 5-14.
Yeah.
You had it in the palm of your hand, Sus. You could have said DeAndre Swift. You could have said Jamal Williams.
God.
Craig Reynolds.
Hey, Craig Reynolds, one of these guys.
My God.
If you would have looked at the prep before the show. You looked at the prep before the show. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there that you didn't even name.
Yeah.
But, it is what it is.
Hey, I was fair about it.
If you don't want your kid to be a complete idiot, all right, you want him to be able to name off 10 Detroit Lions at the top of his head, I'd enroll them at the Academy Award because it's a brand new state-of-the-art sports dome field house that has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, soccer field that can also be used for 7-on-7 football. They got K-8 features such as AM and PM latchkey, small classroom sizes, Learning Street, Futuristic Media Center, free breakfast and lunch, Hope Mifflin curriculum, academic games, and K-8 athletics. Guys, enroll your kids today at theacademyofwarrant.net. I'm your boy from Woodward Heavyweights, your boy Eazy. I'm coming back Detroit Lions all day, baby.
Hey, this is Mr. Kearney, Chief Academic Officer at Academy of Warren, I want to welcome you to the brand new Field House. The state-of-the-art facility has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, soccer field. It can be used for 7-on-7 football. Our K-8 academic features AM, PM, latchkey, small classroom sizes, learning street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Houghton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, K-8 athletics, and more. Enroll today at academywarren.net.
Ciabattas, summer salads, and dip shakes. All at Big Boy. Try a chicken club, chicken cordon bleu, or sunrise ham and cheddar. All on our grilled ciabatta bread. Or keep it light with our Michigan apple, chicken Caesar, or Greek salad. And don't forget to cool off with a frosty hand-dipped cookies and cream or strawberry shake. You heard it here first. Summer just got better.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights. I'm your boy Eazy, join my man Spin More Racks.
What up, though?
And together we are the Woodward Heavyweights, tag teaming against some guy, some piece of scum that crawl out of the back. Nah, I'm playing. My guy, our intern, Bruno.
What up? No problem.
I was not here when you put out that list, but I was at home. I saw it. I was like, I couldn't even believe what I was reading. But
Couldn't believe what you were reading, huh?
Some of it was really whack. I had to DM Eazy, tell him this list is whack. It seems rushed. It seemed amateur. And there's a lot that I didn't like about it.
Well,
so.
What were some of the names on that list you did not like?
Well, before we even get to the list, I will say one thing really quickly. I will say that 6-7 years ago, before the Bob Quinn era, I was very envious of other teams for their cornerstone pieces. They had like guys who you could see them playing 10+ years on that team for.
Mm-hmm.
The Lions at that point had no one that would fit in that category. But when Bob Quinn came in, you got to give him some credit. He did a lot of work to give us some great franchise pieces that are still around today. So you got to give him credit where credit's due. Obviously, he had a lot of bad picks, a lot of bad signings. We'll kind of maybe get into that later, but. Yeah, I think there's a lot of guys who were definitely studs, and then guys on that list who I would not qualify as studs in the slightest.
Okay.
So, and real quick, too, for anybody who may have missed Friday's show, Spinny and I, we got a comment on one of our videos on Lee McNeil. And in our video, we were praising Brad Holmes. Mm-hmm. And the commenter, damn it, I still had to go back to look up this gentleman's name, but he was like, let's pump the brakes on Brad Holmes a little bit. Because we had a guy here, Bob Quinn, who kind of started off, all right with the draft process and drafting guys. And so we did our homework, and here's a list set too. And one thing I will, Bruno, you are 100% correct on is it was rushed. Last week we had our guy Nick Rake, shout out, come through, brought some pickle covered pizza from Chubby Charlie's, and we were getting down. Sus brought his big speaker. It was a Friday. We turned up a little bit. We had wings, we had pizza, and these are just some of the studs. Today I have my paper sheet today though. We'll go over because it's the all round picks. Split into studs and duds. By the way, you go and cut that off the screen, Sus. Studs and duds is like a comment, like referral when we're just doing those type of things. Yeah. My guy Dos Dion, he does his channel, Studs and Duds, like reviews. There's another radio station around here that does Champ and Chump. You know what I'm saying? Just because one guy's a champ just means he won that, he had a good season or that game. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't necessarily mean he's the champion, the best. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to set the table. All right. Now, first and foremost, go ahead and put the list actually back up real quick if you can. Because I want to hear specifically like what guys, again, in the terms of like studs and duds, what guys in this list you're saying
don't deserve to be there.
Yeah, like what's not a hit for Brad Holmes in this list?
Well, I will say that a hit and a stud, I think, are two different things. A hit is maybe just a starter that just gets by in the league, someone who you can definitely rely on. A stud is obviously those Pro Bowl caliber players, those franchise pieces. So the guys that I thought were not studs on that list were, first of all, Graham Glasgow, that we drafted in 2016. He was a very consistent starter, very solid. He was very versatile. We pushed him all over the line. Did very well for us, but I wouldn't call him anything above average. He's definitely a hit, probably, but and I think we did like him as a player. But when he left, I don't think we were banging our head on the table for him. Especially when you look at our offensive line now, I don't think Glasgow would start on this offensive line, and maybe that's just because of some of the other picks and what Brad Holmes has done too. But I don't think Glasgow would sniff being on the starting line on this team.
So you would say Graham Glasgow, who's still a starter in the NFL like today, as a third-round pick, is a dud?
I did not call him a dud. I said he's a hit, but he's not a stud.
Because the category is studs and duds.
That's not how I'm basing this off of.
That's what the topic was. That's what it was based off of, though. Yeah, it wasn't studs, goods, and duds. It was just studs and duds.
Well, I don't think Glasgow fits in either one of those categories personally.
Just those two categories. You have to pick one.
No.
Graham Glasgow.
Is he a stud or
dud?
Neither.
There's two categories. You got to pick one.
No.
I'll say that's a stud.
Just said no.
Sounds like a stud.
He's a hit. He's a reliable starter, but he's not what you'd classify as a stud.
So as a third-round pick, a guy who's starting in the NFL, and there's two categories, studs or duds.
He's a hit.
That's a stud.
He's a hit.
Hit's not an option.
You used the word hit last time too. You said hit, but not a stud.
But it's not. There's studs and duds.
Let's move on to another guy.
All right, so you got the beef, all right? What's the other guy you want to move on to on the list?
Well, there's a few more, so we might have a little bit more time.
Go ahead, toss it back up real quick.
Ashawn Robinson, 2016.
Super Bowl champion.
He did have a career year in 2021, but with 2 sacks, and that's with Aaron Donald on the line, Von Miller on the line, Leonard Floyd. Offensive linemen are focusing on those guys, and Ashawn Robinson's there. He has opportunities. He did, I think, have a career high in tackles as well, but only 2 sacks on that defensive line. Best team in the league, obviously. And with him and Glasgow, I think they're both making it by. They're doing well for themselves as NFL starters, but I don't think he would start on this Lions team either. I don't think he's a stud. He's a hit. He's doing well for himself, but I don't think, he's not doing anything special.
Hold on. I think he would 100% start on this Lions team. Ashawn Robinson, for sure. You don't think he's starting over Michael Brockers?
Yeah, and hold on. Because we came here to play ball. You're trying to play cricket like, it's a hit, it's a hit. No, studs or dud.
Yeah,
stud or dud. Stud or dud.
You can't just
There's no hit. Stud or dud. He's a starter on the Super Bowl winning roster.
Was he a starter on that team?
Yeah. Started 14 games last year.
Only two sacks? Only 2 sacks?
Only 2 sacks, but still started the Super Bowl roster.
Sacks aren't really a defensive tackle number either, unless you're Aaron Donald and you get $100 million. Defensive tackles aren't always known for getting sacks. They're there for stopping the run, creating pressure, and holding up blocks. I would 100% think Ashawn Robinson is a starter on this Lions team this year, for sure.
I wouldn't classify him as a stud, though. I mean...
This are between the 2 options.
You can't be saying that.
You come. I can't say it. That's the game we're playing. You come to play ball. You're over here trying to play football. Playing a football game. You're trying to bring a baseball and a baseball bat. Stud or dud? Ashawn Robinson, 2nd-round pick.
I'd rather not even include him on this list at all if you're going to be bringing him up. I mean, there's other guys that for sure aren't studs in that list, but definitely aren't duds because they're also question marks too.
Okay.
Like I'll bring up some other guys. Ashawn or Austin Bryant. 2019 4th-round pick. Only played 10 games in his first 2 seasons. Going into this year, he was definitely on the roster bubble. But he's having a great preseason. I'll give him that. He's definitely earning a roster spot.
For sure.
But we'll see if it actually translates to the regular season. When I look at Austin Bryant, it's basically a copy and paste of Deshaun Hand, drafted in 2018, 4th-round pick, similar build too. They're basically kind of the same guy to me, and Deshaun Hand did not pan out. I thought Bryant would be a better player. I thought Hand as well would be, a consistent starter as well. But Bryant, it's way to be seen, but as of right now, he's having a great preseason, like I mentioned, but right now, he's not doing it for me. So
I'll give you that one.
I would not call him a stud at all.
I'll give you that one.
But he's not a dud either because, there's some uncertainty there.
For me, as a 4th-round pick who's still somewhat producing, and I fully admit
he did have 4.5 sacks last year.
4.5.
Yeah.
There's a conversation to be had on him, like for sure. Whether it's a stud or dud, as a 4th-round pick who's still producing, still hanging around. I'm gonna call that again. Just the categories of studs or duds. I can't put him as a dud at that point. You know what I'm saying? As a 4th rounder, still hanging around, producing for this team.
What are you classifying as a stud then? Because I think you're being very very egregious with this list.
Well, how so? I mean, there's only 2 categories: studs and duds.
Are you basing studs off of just because they're starters and you like them?
Yes, like in the draft class, we know you have your 7 shots to land somebody who's either going to produce for your team or become a starter. And if he makes a 2nd contract in the NFL and he's starting on another team that's not the Detroit Lions, because let's be realistic about the Detroit Lions, we're not the most impressive team to say this guy started for the Lions. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not usually a playoff roster or a winning roster. But anyone who's still around the NFL who made a 2nd contract, especially as a starter, I'd say that you hit on that pick.
Yeah, but he's still on his rookie contract, right?
Who?
Bryant.
Austin Bryant, yes, fourth-round pick.
So he hasn't hit a second contract yet. We won't know if we'll even extend him or not. So I think there's more to be seen with him. So you can't call him a stud like you mentioned.
Yeah, I mean, Austin Bryant, like I said, you can have a conversation with Austin Bryant. But as a fourth-round pick, like if you're going like, oh, that guy's, he's not even started, blah, blah, but he was drafted in the fourth round, you know what I'm saying? Like 3 rounds later is the end of the draft. Like, that's a hit for me.
Is Tavai a hit because we drafted him in the second round and he's playing with the Patriots now?
Absolutely not. Tavai's not a hit. He's not producing for anyone.
Tavai is a dud.
He's a dud for sure.
Tavai is a dud.
Absolutely.
Is Austin Bryant a dud? Do you think Austin Bryant is a dud?
As of now, yeah, he hasn't done much. I mean, I said already, he had a great preseason
run the poll,
game.
sus.
He had a great preseason game. I'm looking forward to him this year because I think he will have some more opportunity. But he hasn't done anything to be worth a stud yet. I mean,
so Austin Bryant draft pick is in the same category as Jelani Tavai draft pick.
No, because we obviously saw.
Because that's what we're going off of draft picks, not like positional value or what they are now. It's like, is this draft pick a stud or a dud? So getting Austin Bryant, who is a guy who had 4.5 sacks last year, who is looking like he's going to produce for this team this year in the fourth round, that's more of a stud pick than it is a dud pick.
It definitely could be more of a value, but like I said, you still have to wait and see it. You gotta see it to believe it, guys.
That's fair.
Who else on the list?
And the 2 other guys, too early to tell for me, 2020 guys, Julian Okora, Quintez Cephas. They've shown flashes, but it's still too early to tell. You can't confidently say either of those guys are going to be studs. And they're not even starters right now, so I don't think you can classify them as either. They shouldn't have even been on the list to begin with, in either way.
When there's a guy who's drafted like fourth round and later, I mean, like you're nitpicking at that point. You know what I'm saying?
It's a different expectation.
Yes.
Like obviously, Austin Bryant isn't going to produce to the level of Giovanni Tavai, or I mean of Aiden Hutchinson, but if you get a guy like that in the fourth round, if you get a guy like Amon-Ra St. Brown in the fourth, like that's like a super stud.
Yeah, like I don't know if you guys mentioned it when you first put out this list, but you didn't say like stud compared to the draft capital to get them. I think if that's
but that's what we were rating their draft picks.
Yeah, we're rating. It's a draft, right? Like you'd rate it off of the return and like where you got him from and as he was producing. I think that.
Yeah, I mean those guys could definitely turn out to be values, but I mean still have to see it on the field.
I say
they have shown flashes, but.
I'd say Cephas outside of injuries as a fifth-round pick, I for sure would say is a stud. He started on this team at one point, obviously up until he got hurt.
Well, that's because we didn't really have anyone else last year, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? This is a stud. That's all. And the only reason why I brought this thing up, too, again, is people said, the listener or the guy who commented on the video said we need to pump the brakes on Brad Holmes a little bit. And I guess in that area, maybe he's a little bit right, but you made a great point last week in saying that Brad Holmes has hit on a lot of later picks.
Yes, and everything else outside of drafting, he does better than Bob Quinn.
Free agency, trade market. Would you agree to that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And also just personality, culture fit.
The way he builds and galvanizes a team.
Holmes actually hired a competent head coach.
Yeah, that helps.
But I don't know if you guys addressed this also, but if Bob Quinn did not hire Patricia, would he still be around?
That's a good question.
If he hired Mike Vrabel, for example,
100%.
Would he still be around?
100%.
Or if he didn't fire Caldwell, even possibly.
No. I think we definitely should have fired. We definitely should have fired Caldwell, and I think Adam Baydoun is on that train as well. Firing Caldwell was the right move, but obviously hiring Patricia was not. And you can agree to both things.
I definitely disagree that it definitely wasn't the right move because you saw what turned out afterwards, and versus a guy that you went to the playoffs with multiple times, versus like not, But real quick, we gotta pay some bills, Smitty.
Yeah, for sure. And if you want to make sure you're not a dud and you're actually referred to as a stud, you got to get into Planet Fitness because, as you know, we broadcast this show live from the Planet Fitness studios in Birmingham, and right now, high school students can get into Planet Fitness for free thanks to the High School Summertime Pass. Planet Fitness is inviting high school teens ages 14 and 19 to work out for free all summer long. The promo ends August 31st. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone, where you can work out in a non-intimidating, judgment-free atmosphere. The membership just $10 a month, or a Black Card, if you're bougie like Neil, for $24.99 a month. Black Card members enjoy the use of amenities such as unlimited tanning, hydro massage chairs, and total body enhancement, along with access to over 2,000 locations worldwide and unlimited guest privileges. Join today in club or online at planetfitness.com. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential. We are the Woodward Heavyweights, and we will be right back.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello. Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
Detroit's downtown summer playground is back. Open all summer long, the Monroe Street Midway. Enjoy roller skating, free Wi-Fi, food trucks, art installations, and so much more. Don't forget to take advantage of the basketball court, putt-putt, and, of course, family programming all summer long. All art installations are done by Detroit artists, and it's a fun, safe event from people 1 to 100. Go to deckedoutdetroit.com.
At Alta, uptime matters. Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. Have a big project coming up? Alta Rent has you covered. Call them today at 844-GO-TO-ALTA to get today. Again, that's 844-GO-TO-ALTA. This is a new read, guys. I'll jack that one up. But make sure you give Alta Equipment a call, rebuild something. 844-GO-TO-ALTA. What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin More Racks.
What up, though?
We got Young Sus in the TD booth, and as always, our intern, my guy Bruno. By the way, I appreciate you tuning in the show enough to even have an opinion. All right, I appreciate that. Even though I had to, come on and get burnt real quick.
No, I thought it was a fair debate. You guys said some points. I said my stuff. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think they're studs, but they can be hits and not studs. That's
what I'm saying. You're playing a whole different game.
Yeah,
we said, come over and play basketball, and you brought over like your hockey stick.
Yeah.
No, it's a hit. No, the game studs or duds. Austin Bryant still dud you though.
He's not either.
Or just based off just being
One other player that you guys didn't even mention on your list entirely, which I thought was part of the reason your list was below average. Kenny Galladay, 2017 mid-round pick, definitely a stud with Detroit with the draft capital we got to get him. Made a lot of great plays. Stafford may have made him better than he was, but
100%.
But now you look at him with the Giants, and he's most definitely not in a great position.
So would you say he's a stud or a dud?
With the Lions, he was a stud. I think he definitely can.
As a pick, what would you say?
Stud for sure.
Yeah.
And he still could be a stud with the Giants too. I mean, we'll see how he is under Dable. I like that offensive lot with the Giants, but a lot of the videos I've seen of him in training camp have not been encouraging at all. Him just jogging through routes, not having any chemistry with Daniel Jones, not really giving any effort. That's what happens when you kind of pay some of these guys. They get complacent, a little lazy.
For sure.
But Galladay was definitely a stud with Detroit, but hopefully he turns it on with the Giants.
Yeah, that's one of the things too. Like him leaving here, I don't know if you remember all the reports of him smelling of alcohol sometimes at practice. I definitely got.
I didn't hear anything about that.
Oh, you never heard about that?
No, really?
Maybe I was supposed to say that.
He was getting lit at practice.
I wasn't
cracking
supposed to say
that
that
gypsy.
He'd be out. He'd be out late night and coming in the next day smelling of hangover and just sitting it out. And obviously the hip injury, which I could see that went both ways. Outside of now that I knew that he was drinking and stuff like that.
For sure. Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah. Well, Bruno, I appreciate you. And real quick too, I want to go over some of the. If you guys don't mind, just some of the hits I guess that Bob Quinn did have here as a tenure. 2016 got Ashawn Robinson, Taylor Decker, Graham Glasgow. 2017, shitty year. That's when he grabbed Jared Davis, which is back on the team now. Tease Tabor, which in Arab translates to ass Tabor, by the way. Tabor. If you guys didn't know that. Jamal
Adam
Agnew
told us that one.
Jamal Agnew had him there as a dud, 5th round pick, cornerback, turner receiver.
Stud.
Yeah, I'd say stud. Good kick returner.
Oh yeah.
Galladay, that was a question mark. Where are you with that one, Spinny? Stud or dud for Galladay?
I agree. He was a stud for us, but
yeah,
Stafford probably made him better than he actually was.
I'm with that. I'm cool with seeing his stud. Frank Ragnow, stud. Tracy Walker, stud. Kerryon Johnson, dud. TJ Hawkinson, stud. Will Harris, ooh. I had him on the stud list because he's still here and he started games. We didn't have the greatest secondary, though, I'll fully
Will
admit.
Harris.
He's also, what, he got picked. Let me see where he got picked real quick. Will Harris.
He was a third-round pick, I think.
Yeah, Will Harris was drafted. Yeah, third round. Stud or dud for you?
Will Harris?
Yeah.
He's more of a dud than a stud.
Yeah. He's competing for a cornerback spot with Kuda.
Yeah, he lost that.
Definitely a dud.
He lost that competition.
And if he couldn't even play his own position.
Yeah,
so
if you got to move position like that,
Yeah.
he might be a dud.
I will say, though, Bob Quinn. Again, this is drafting. Obviously, free agency, trades, garbage.
Well, you know, he did make some interesting signings. He brought in Marvin Jones.
Yeah.
Big V. I think it's interesting because I think
we signed Big V as a tackle, though.
Yeah. I think we definitely gave him too much money. I don't think he'll ever live up to the contract.
No.
But I think last year he had a decent year. I think he'll, be a good starter for us this year. He's part of that elite offensive line, so I'm willing to give him another year and see how it goes. But
he's also one of my new favorite meme faces.
Oh,
Anytime
yeah.
someone says something stupid, however it was. Yeah, Spain's probably doing it better than me. Go over to the camera over there.
When he's looking in the camera in Hard Knocks. Yeah.
2020 did this thing, though. Swift, the second round. Aquara, Jordan Jackson, Pro Bowler. And I'm giving him Cephas. Cephas is a stud to me.
Yeah.
Only based off injuries you can knock him, but in the playing time he has gotten, he's produced more than.
The trades is what started the downfall for Bob Quinn, I think, personally. Trading Diggs for a 5th-round pick in 2019, Darius Slay for a 3rd and a 5th that off season. I think that was mostly kind of Patricia-based. I don't know if Quinn wouldn't have done that on his own volition. So I think having those guys around would have been very nice. But I think Patricia didn't like him, so I think he had to do some convincing to get him out.
Yeah, that's fair.
But one trade I think that I liked at the time, it was very short tenured. It kind of fizzled out later. But do you guys remember when we traded for Damon Snacks Harrison?
Yeah.
For a 5th-round pick.
And he retired because he hated Patricia.
In 2018, week 7. That was the year that was Patricia's first year. We started the year 3-3, and we traded for Snacks Harrison, who was the best nose tackle in the league at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I thought maybe we're turning it on a little bit. Maybe we can see something happen this season, but obviously it fizzled out. And then once we paid him, then he got lazy as well and retired shortly after. So I was really excited about the trade when that happened, but it ended up being a bust. So.
That actually is the one trade I'd say they won.
Snacks?
Yeah, Snacks.
Yeah, that was a good trade. Like you said, he was a great player. He just hated Patricia like everybody else in the entire world except for Bill Belichick.
Literally retired and tried coming back too after he retired.
Yeah.
This is a Patricia thing. But time to move on to our new favorite Monday segment, a benchmark of the show, if you will. The Detroit Lions Stock Watch. This is a game, if you guys missed it last week, we'll say a name. And the other, or both gentlemen, everyone in the studio if you want to play along. Anyone in chat too. It's us if you can
keep up with the polls.
Yeah. You try. I know it's gonna be a lot.
Who do you think I am?
It's young Sus. Come on now.
Come on now.
My favorite's when we're out and about and people do recognize Sus, or like people in the back saying what up to him for the first time. Like, yo, Sus.
What up, Sus?
He's just like, my brand. It's your brand now,
That's your brand now, brother.
All right, I'm gonna start this one spicy. Or shy. I'll ease into it actually.
No.
You want to start spicy?
Start it spicy.
All right. Dan Campbell, MCDC. Buying or selling?
I'm buying. Buy. Give me all you can out of Dan Campbell. That's my guy, man. You see what he's doing? He's empowering his coaches. He's obviously, we have all the stuff that we love about him already. The kneecaps, the double shots, the down-ups, the broken wrist. But we see what he's doing on the field now. Now he's giving the trust to Ben Johnson, letting Ben Johnson call plays, believing in Aaron Glenn, letting him run his defense, and being the head coach, being the guy that goes up and down the sidelines. I'm buying in Dan Campbell, man. If you sell Dan Campbell stock right now, you a dummy. Because it's about to blow. To the moon. Dan Campbell to the moon.
To the moon.
To the moon.
Kung Fu spinning. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Dan Campbell stock. Buy. 100%. Here's two things I don't think a lot of people recognize from like just the preseason alone, just takeaways as Dan Campbell as a leader. Obviously, the stuff on Hard Knocks and you're hard up before, you know what I'm saying? You're rocked up about it, nonetheless. But Detroit Lions, how many penalties you notice in these first 2 preseason games? Not many.
6. I don't know.
I think you might be on the button though. Right?
Yeah.
Only 3, I want to say, from last game and the previous game. Less than that, maybe the same. A lot more discipline. If you remember that Quinn Trisha era, a lot of the times they're hitting the field. There's 12 players in the field, false starts, all that, just the sloppy Detroit Lions stuff we've been used to, the SOL stuff like that. I think it's escorting itself out the door. Dan Campbell, I think that seems to be a little bit more disciplined. In fact, today they ran the practice their own damn selves. Yeah, I got to catch an article on that. I talked to Maddy on that one. That's wild to me. How does that even happen?
Yeah,
whatever. But Dan Campbell forming a much more disciplined team. And I'll say this in terms of just coaching. Coach in the last preseason game in the Indianapolis Colts. Last week there in Indy, joint practice, things get scruffy.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Things are a lot more competitive. You're finally going against a team that's not yours and you want to win. Yeah. Not that you don't want to win when it's not your team, but you want to win more so. I mean, we saw the clips of Jamal Williams in 4-4. I don't even remember his name. He's a bum. Screw that guy, by the way.
Screw that guy. Screw you, buddy.
100%.
Hey, screw you.
Ultra competitive practices.
Yeah.
That preseason was like the final stamp on like,
bye.
We got the squad.
I'm cashing it.
And we won. So bye.
Whoever voted sell, your mom's a hoe. No, you got to buy on Dan Campbell. So here's one for you.
Okay.
Justin Jackson. Brought him in to spice up that running back competition.
Man.
Give it a little Salt Bae on the top. You know what he did in L.A. or San Diego, whatever they were at the time.
Yeah.
He was good. He was a good backup. On Saturday, he went for seven carries for 54 yards, had a long of 21. That doesn't even bring into what he can do out of the backfield as a receiving threat. Justin Jackson, you buying or selling?
Man, this I cannot wait for this topic there on the show. But the running back rooms competition just heated up. Man.
Heated up.
All those guys got 7 carries, and they all did something with it. 50. The leading carry out of the backfield on 7 carries. Justin Jackson, even over Craig Reynolds, over Godwin Igubike, over Jamar Jefferson.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to say he had that fumble, though.
Yeah.
He did fumble.
He did fumble.
Bye.
You got to buy.
Buy.
You got to buy this guy's stock, man. Like you said, he led the team in rushing yards. All had the same amount of carries.
Yeah.
Bro had a 21-yard carry. That was his long. This guy is explosive. Obviously, yeah, he's doing against backups, but they're fighting for the third running back spot here. So come on, you can't be too greedy. But I love this. Like I said, this doesn't even show what he can do as a receiver out of the backfield, which he's a much better receiver out of the backfield than Jamar Jefferson. Craig Reynolds, I would say, yeah, he's not much better than Craig Reynolds because Craig Reynolds has some solid hands, but he is a better receiver than Craig Reynolds. I'm buying Justin Jefferson stock, man. Give me that RB3 stock. We're buying it. It's going up. I'm buying it at like 12 cents a share, and it's going to be $20 by the end of week 1, baby.
Bruno, buying or selling Justin Jackson?
I'm buying it a little bit.
Buy.
I think it's interesting, though, because, anyone in that backfield, they looked really good in that game versus the Colts. Igubike, Jackson, Jefferson, Reynolds, they all looked good behind that offensive line. Backup offensive line, I might add. So I did like the signing when we did bring him in, but it's going to be tough for him to compete for a spot on the roster, so we'll see what happens. But I am buying it because he is talented, and as proven when he was with the Chargers last year.
Facts.
Couple more names on the list. I still want to continue playing. Guys, if you haven't already, please make sure you hit that like button. Share it to a friend. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Hook up to Woodward Heavyweights. But before we head over to break, continue the buy-sell game. Detroit Lions player stock watch. Let me tell you about the Mulligan. All right. The Mulligan's made with Gypsy Vodka. It's 8% alcohol. 8%? It's the real deal. This ain't no little frizzy, little girly drink, all right? You're chilling with the boys in the backyard or on the golf course shooting the Mulligan. The Mulligan's calling your name. Make sure you ask for the Mulligan at the local golf course near you or Total Wine near you. It's Woodward Heavyweights. We'll be right back with more buy and sell action, baby.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zaniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
You guys, I tell you time and time again, over and over again, do not let these cameras fool you, okay? Because I am a white man. But it's all thanks to Chili Pepper standing in the middle to look so beautifully Brazilianly bronze and gold, man. Join the Pepper Club today because they'll be all competitors by $5. $5? $5. Chili Peppers have the hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, and the darkest tans with 26 locations and more on the way. Bye. What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin More Rex. We got Young Sus in the T booth on the ones and twos doing audio and visual production for us. Shout out to him. Appreciate him. So we're playing Detroit Lions Stock Watch. We start off Dan Campbell as a buy. We went then to Justin Jackson. He was a buy, 70% to 29% on sell. This one gets a little bit more dicey, a little bit more interesting. David Blau.
David Blau.
Buying or selling?
David Blau, the darling of Hard Knocks. The man with the beautiful Colombian wife. You see her running for the Olympics. You see her motivating him in all of his facets in football. You see that bond they have, the way they look at each other. You wish someone would look at you like that. All you have are these nasty hoes that don't look at you twice after you pass them aside. Everyone wants the type of relationship David Blau has with his lovely wife. But I'm selling David Blau. We're selling him. Get him out of here. Sell. I think David Blau lost that QB2 spot in that second game. You see, I mean, the man, he has 16 attempts. 16 attempts, right?
Uh-huh.
For how many yards was it?
I think like 20.
I wrote it down.
20 attempts and like
22
16 completions. Yeah,
22 attempts, 16 completions for like 60 yards. Come on, man, throw the ball down the field a little bit. Yeah, you're a little, you got the feet. You can move a little bit, but that's not what we need. That's not what this type of offense is. This offense is built around Jared Goff, who can't move out of the pocket. He doesn't have the running game.
Yeah,
David Blau, what you got to do. If you can't throw the ball down the field to any faster, you have to take care of it. And what has he done in these last games? Obviously, he had the fumble to lose the game. In this next game, he had an interception, and he had another fumble. They got it back, but still he put the ball on the ground. Some people say it wasn't really his fault. It was the running back's fault.
Justin Jackson.
But it is the quarterback's purpose to make sure either that ball gets to the running back or it doesn't. I'm not blaming a running back for a fumbled handoff.
I'm blaming Justin Jackson.
That's on the quarterback.
That's on Justin
I'm
Jackson.
selling David Blau. He's going to be he's so sweet. Look at his wife. Hard Knocks cut. He's gone.
Cut. You think Tim Boyle outperformed him enough to be cut?
Yeah.
I don't think
I don't think they're carrying three quarterbacks.
Yeah. No, I definitely don't think they're carrying three quarterbacks. The skill positions this year are so much more intense in terms of battle. We have obviously the wide receiver room situation. The running back room's guy actually looked really interesting after the last game. David Blau, to be honest with you, it's not stock that I want to own. I don't think he's lost the job per se. I think they're still like in battle for it, but it's just some stock I don't want to own, so I'm gonna say sell.
The ugly stock.
Stinky
stock.
There is some sneaky stock.
It's a stinky stock.
Stinky sock stock. 100%. I'm selling. We got Maddy.
Creeping in the background. She can't see us, but yes, that is stock I'm selling. Now let's move on.
Do you think Boyle outperformed him though?
I think he brings more. I think he brings a bigger arm. He brings the ability to throw the ball down the field.
Has no actually worth shit though.
I mean, he put one right in Kalif Raymond's breadbasket, about 40 yards down the field. That's better than I think I've seen Blau.
Yeah, in terms of stock, I'm selling Blau. I think I still rather have more Boyle.
I'm not buying either of these guys' stocks. If you gave me Boyle right now too, I'd tell you sell. But I think he'll be the QB2.
And the people have spoken. 73% people say sell David Blau stock. The other 26% are buying.
Who's next? Jamar Jefferson, the darling of camp, the man who's turning up.
Everyone's a darling.
A bunch of reports. Oh, he's looking great. Big improvements from last year. This guy's gonna make some waves this year. Jamar Jefferson stock right now. What are you doing with it?
Man, like I said, I can't wait to get in this topic after this one, but the running back room's gotten real interesting.
Real tight.
Each of these guys, you have Justin Jackson, Craig Reynolds, Godwin Igwebuike, and our guy Jamar Jefferson that we're speaking of right now. Each four of those guys got 7 carries. Jamar Jefferson had the smallest of returns in just 25 yards on those 7 carries that he got in his last preseason game. Oh, man.
Say it. Do it.
Sell.
Do it. Sell.
Yeah.
It's going down the flush noise. I think the guy can be solid, but yeah, like you said, 7 carries for 25 yards, only had a long of 9. We saw him drop a couple easy passes throughout the preseason. This guy is on the edge. Like, he's on that cut line. He is on, someone you need to earn that spot. And if they bring in a guy like Justin Jackson, because he is a receiving back, because he has the potential to do everything they need out of running. Obviously, I'm not saying, guy's RB1, but as an RB3, RB4, it's a better option than Jamar Jefferson looks like at this time. So I'm going to sell Jamar Jefferson stock.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. The running back room got pretty damn interesting. I think Justin Jackson, Jesus, both hurt and helped himself with the 55 yards with that fumble. Obviously not a good look. But again, he just got signed, a week ago? Yeah. 2 weeks ago? About a week ago. Yeah, no. Yeah, but I gotta say, Jamar Jefferson, in terms of just competition, the rest of that room right now, I gotta go with Sell, man. Definitely gotta go with Sell. This one, an interesting name. Not a lot of people probably are too hyper or as nerdy as us to pay attention to a name like this. But Shane Zylstra, the tight end, who looked to be one of the favorite targets of David Blau last week in the preseason game.
Shane Zylstra?
Buy or sell?
You're telling me about Shane Zylstra?
Put that in the
Bye. I'm buying Shane Zylstra. Obviously, we know this this tight end room, not the best kind of situation they got over there. Other than Hawk, we know Hawk is a little injury prone. We know D Funch, he's a little injury prone. So maybe Shane Zylstra gets in there as a tight end 3, tight end 4. Behind what Brock Wright is, who he has to beat out for that tight end 3 spot. These tight ends will play. They'll bring 3-4 tight ends on because you can use them in special teams. You can use them on field goal, on kickoff, on kick return. Shane Zylstra, I'm buying stock. He had a decent. I'm not saying the guy's going to be a world beater and catch 10 touchdowns, but as where he is in that tight end 4, tight end 3 spot, I'm buying Shane Zylstra, man. He might get some legit playing time. God forbid Hawk and Funch go down. But, the guys have an injury-riddled past. So, I'm going Shane Zylstra, man. I'm going for it.
Spinny, I'm with you. Bye. I've seen this guy at camp, and he's getting a lot of run. I think even before this last week, and I know that we have Brock Wright, who kind of confirmed himself as a roster spot. Maybe, who knows? It very may well be still in competition.
Big dude.
Brock Wright is a big dude. Obviously, have T.J. Hockenson, but Shane Zylstra, I should say, showed himself or proved himself as a sure-handed catcher. I don't know that he's doing much after the fact, after he catches the ball, but you need sure-handed guys, a big body like that, in the red zone, automatically a threat. And I think that helps open up things. Plus, we got Devin Funches, who we thought was going to make the team, but now he's banged up. I think Shane Zylstra making it a little bit more interesting than we thought.
Okay, I got another one for you here. As you guys know, if you don't know, we're doing buy or sell Detroit Lions stock. It's a fan favorite. We have the lovely Madeline Miller that we will get into right after this segment. She's going to tell us all about practice today and what went down. Hello. And as you know, she is our Detroit Lions beat reporter. But Eazy.
Yes.
The man, the myth, the legend, who Bruno just assassinated his character. A guy coming off a 4.5 sack season.
Okay.
Getting some run. Colts players like, who's this guy? Making some stops. In his game, had 4 total tackles and a sack against the Colts.
Yeah.
That man is Austin Bryant. What are you doing with Austin Bryant stock?
This is even a question. Buy. I don't have to spend time on this one. Austin Bryant be killing it as a reserve guy. You saw him go against the reserves, and he looked like a stud. He looked like a starter out there. Now, I'm not telling you he's going to be a starter or anything near that, but he's been that all camp. He's been causing ruckus. You've heard Dan Campbell say his name in multiple press conferences. Well, I was there for one when he started a fight with Dan Skipper and the boys. Yeah. Dirty Mike and the boys.
Dirty Mike and the boys. Soup Kitchen and them.
Always been a fan of Austin Bryant. My favorite sack celebration on the team, unless Aiden starts pulling out the Michael MJ dance every single time. Austin Bryant, easy buy.
You gotta buy. You gotta buy. The guy, obviously, we've heard he's been lighting up practice. He lit up the Colts, and this is a guy who can get some run in the beginning of the year. Yeah. You see, obviously that defensive line riddled with injuries, riddled with it. Like Romeo, Julian, Pascal, Levi, all these guys are injured. And so, we squeeze in a guy like Austin Bryant. This is hot stock you can buy right now. Another hot stock, another defensive lineman, another guy that showed out against the Colts, a guy that people were saying, you said when the Lions went to pick him up, they had like 17 teams wanting to grab this man.
Yeah.
The Lions had top waivers. Against the Colts, he went for 6 total tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and a sack. Kaminsky. The commish.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, 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 bye.
Bye, bye, bye. Bye. You have to. You literally have to. Like I said, this is another guy who you have the injury-riddled defensive line. You have a guy in there performing. We saw him perform against the Falcons, too.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he had a sack in that game. If not, it was a tackle in the backfield.
Sack in this one, but still causing ruckus in that
he
one.
was caught. I remember him in the backfield dancing, doing his thing against the Falcons. So it was a tackle for loss at the very least.
Yeah.
But I am buying all these young, hungry defensive linemen because they're going to have some opportunity on this team early in the year with these injuries that the Lions are dealing with on the defensive line. Austin Bryant, John Kaminsky.
Yep.
Bye both of them. They're soaring high. You might jump ship, once if Levi gets healthy. If Josh Pascal gets back, you might cut that stock off when you get it at a nice price. But right now, you're buying because it's going up, baby. It's going up.
I got one last one for you before we pay some bills. Maurice Alexander, the kick returner, the wide receiver we signed after Sutton retired, doing his damn thing on the return game last week. Buying or selling?
Bye. I'm taking Maurice. You can't have Godwin Buke returning kicks. I'm sorry. I can't do it. Can't do it. He's not explosive enough. I'm sorry. Godwin, I love you, man, but no. That's not the move.
You know what you sound like when you say that?
Bye. Boats. Buy them now. They're hot coming off the market. You can put it right in the ocean and she'll go for you. No, but I'm buying Maurice Alexander stock. Like I said, we need kick returners. We need guys that are explosive back there. People are thinking maybe it's Khalil Pimpleton. Is it Kalif Raymond still? Godwin Buke returning kicks. Not the move. I'm sorry. Like I said, love you, Goblin. Not the move. Give me Maurice back there. I think he's going to make some great plays.
Honestly, I got to say, just on terms of consistency, 4 kick returns, 152 yards, I think it was. Every single one. He had the one he almost broke away for a touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
I'm buying.
Bye.
That's 100%.
What it's all about.
Way too consistently on that. That might just be our blockers. And let's be honest. I know it's the second string and third string guys. Those type of guys you see on the kick return special teams unit anyway.
Yes.
I think we might have a nice little special teams unit. If I'm not mistaken, PFF, according to Jeremy Risen, ranked the Detroit Lions special teams 3rd overall. And that is one of the spots in preseason that you can win a job. Like a start, come out of nowhere and win a starting job. If you break off some kick returns, break off a couple punt returns, maybe this guy's a little better than Godwin Buke, And that's what we've seen out of him. So I'm buying now, mortgaging my house, I'm buying Maurice Alexander stuff. No, I'm not going that hard, but I'm buying in. Definitely made things really interesting because
it's a penny stock.
The receiver battle was already getting tight enough.
Yeah.
And if you're getting that call, Spinny, you're getting cut from the team, you're feeling down in your dumps, where's a spot you can go?
This is, if there's a spot you can go, and that is SMA, because the sports marketing agency helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the F Word, helps spread awareness of fentanyl and all other addictions. Shout out to my guy, Sean Jordan. He's doing something great from the community, helping those who really need it, and he's doing it right here from the Woodward Sports desk. So if you're struggling or know someone who is, make sure you go to thesportsma.com and take care of it. My name is Spencer Raxter. We are the Woodward Heavyweights. We'll be right back with the one, the only Madeline Miller right after this break.
New to the game or a season better? OddsTrader.com has everything you need to make the right bet ahead of kickoff. Begin your handicapping journey with OddsTrader. Improve your edge by finding the best price on every game from sportsbooks in your backyard. Take advantage of the numerous sign-up bonus offers to pad your bankroll. Dive into key game statistics, player performance, and even account for the projected game day weather. Best of all, you can use the OddsTrader Bet Tracker to keep a log of your action. Welcome to OddsTrader, and best of luck.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better, with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetter8.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
We don't talk about What's going on, people? It's your boy Spencer Raxter for the Bowling Warehouse in Hamtramck. You know, you've heard of it. It's the home of the original football bowling pin game called bowling. Multiple different ways you can play. They've got $12 open unlimited play weeks. Stay there open until close. Have a good time. They also have private lane reservation. $120, 10 to 12 people. You get your own lane, and you can bring in any type of food you want. If you get thirsty, they got a $2 mystery beer vending machine. Or you can make a decision because they have multiple fully loaded bars to choose from. Come on down to Hamtramck. Check them out in person or visit them online at bowlingwarehouse.com.
Did you do that whole read in one breath?
Oh, yeah. I can do that read in my sleep. I wake up, Bowling Warehouse.
Same. That and chili peppers.
Yeah.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin Morax.
What up, though?
We got Young Sus in the TD booth, and we're joined by the newest Detroit Lions beat reporter,
hey, yo!
Madeline.
That's my name. Don't wear it out.
Hey.
What up, though?
How are you guys?
Good, good.
I miss
How'd
you.
Allen Park treat you today?
It was wonderful. Beautiful day outside.
It was. It was very nice today.
I heard the players ran practice themselves today.
They did. It was a player-run practice today. Coaches were obviously there, keeping a lookout on the guys.
Overseeing things.
Yeah. Had to see what happened, but yeah, the guys ran their own practice. It was pretty cool.
Is this a normal thing? Have you guys ever heard of that before?
I mean, no.
I've heard like player meetings, but never like a player ran practice, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool to see them out there doing their own thing, see what they came up with. It was a little different than practices before. So.
Tell you right now, Matt Patricia would never, ever let that happen.
Well, they're kind of changing things up a little bit. So, I mean, they have night practice tomorrow, which is totally changing.
I texted you. I'm like, yo, if you can't make it,
I know.
I'm
It's
just
like
saying.
it's literally in the middle of your show. You cannot be there.
Oh, darn.
But yeah, they got night practice tomorrow. Dan Campbell talked earlier about how they want to kind of change things up. I mean, of course, they're never going to play at night, but you know, it's just nice to have that adversity. Get to play in the not dark, because it's still not dark at 6 p.m., but later in the afternoon.
For sure.
I was hoping it'd be later. It'd be cool if it was later.
Yeah, practice in the
still
lights.
Cool.
I'm like, can we make this practice go on a little longer tomorrow?
That's what I'm saying. Shots on me afterward, boy. No, I'm joking.
I'm there.
Is everybody healthy after today's practice? Anybody get banged up?
No, nobody banged up. Pretty easy practice. It was mostly starters. They were kind of, because since the starters didn't play the game over the weekend, they wanted to get the starters out there, get their feet moving. Short practice. It was only an hour. So.
Yeah. Well, we get the players running, and things will get shortened a little bit. For sure.
We don't got to do that last conditioning set. We can just
tomorrow,
wrap it
though,
up
is
here.
supposed to be like
intense.
a big deal. So.
Night game, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Practice.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So what was the overall vibe from the players and the coaches after that win from the Colts, against the Colts?
It was business as usual. Nobody was like overly hyped. Nobody was, down in the dumps. Everyone was just kind of business as usual. You won, you move on. It's practice the next day. Next game is this weekend. So it was kind of good to see nobody overhyping things. Nobody fooling around. Like, it was easy. So yeah, it was good to see everybody was down to business.
That's good. That's good to hear. You don't want these guys getting too excited over a
preseason win.
Yeah,
100%.
For sure.
We were talking about Maurice Alexander just now, obviously the buy-sell stock thing, and I think he killed it in the kick return games.
Crushed it.
Yeah. How's he looking as a receiver, though, like in practice? Because obviously his reps are kind of limited in the game.
Yeah, reps are, don't want to say they're limited in practice, too, but what you see in the game is what you kind of are taking away as receiver as well. He looks good. I mean, he's not a top 3, top 4, top 5, but he's a good receiver. He can play both sides and do both things.
Yeah. Because I'm watching that game, and I'm like, I want this guy on the team.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
I like
Bye,
Kalif.
bye.
Yeah, but for real, because like, there's no way you're just consistently doing that every single time unless the Colts are a complete ass, or like the rest, everyone's just blocking consistently enough too. I mean, which, again, I know that our special teams is one of the bright spots this past couple years, even though we were shitty, but Maurice Alexander piqued my interest this past weekend for sure.
Yeah. After watching him on Saturday, I was like, I'm like, dang, okay, where did that come from?
Another thing we talked about was the quarterback 2 battle. Obviously, Lions fans are gritting their teeth, pitted for this exciting who's going to win quarterback 2. But honestly, how did that look? But who was getting the most snaps between those guys? Boyle?
Yeah. Blah didn't play very much today. He didn't practice very much today. He was taking more of the coaching role on a little bit, which is kind of cool to see. But yeah, it was him and Jared Goff most of the time. And when we talked to Boyle after practice, He was like, it's a competition, but we're best friends, and we both know that we're out here grinding. Like, whoever gets it at the end of the day, we both respect each other, and we're here for each other's, like, success. So he said, you know, as a backup quarterback, you're fighting for that position every single day. There's no days off. So it was cool to hear from him kind of on how his outlook is. He just treats every day as another grind day. He's never settling, never anything. So
for sure.
He is supposed to be the starter on Sunday as well. So Goff will not play.
Would you look at that?
Would you look at that? Any news out of the running back room at all by chance with that competition heating up? Any coaches or running backs speak today?
Nope, nobody spoke on that today. But that's definitely something that I'm interested in seeing too. Our running back game is elite.
It is.
So it's really cool to have a competition between those guys that match up so well together. So we'll see.
How about our guy Malcolm? People are asking about him. Did he practice with the ones today?
Oh, he did.
How's he?
Oh, he did.
Let's go.
Oh, he did.
Bye.
Man, that guy is another kind of thick, let me tell you.
Hell yeah, he is.
I hadn't seen him up close
Malcolm
yet because
thick.
he came to the broadcast at Feldman. But I wasn't there when he was there.
Yeah.
So this was my first time seeing him up close, and I was like, dang, your one thigh is both of my thighs put together.
He's a big man. He's a big
No,
man.
he
He's
looked
girthy.
good. He looked good.
Yeah.
Everyone looked good today. I mean, the receivers were looking elite. It's a cool thing to see. That's for sure.
That's awesome.
Any one person stand like? Did you play fantasy last year?
I stepped out of the fantasy game last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any one guy in practice that you would like? I don't want to say nod to fantasy people, but I guess who's looking like studly on that offensive side of the ball for us?
I won't lie. I couldn't take my eyes off of DJ Chark today.
Yeah.
He looked good.
Hell yeah.
That's somebody that I don't want on my fantasy team. I'm going to beat all you guys this year. I'm just going to keep all the secrets in my pocket and be like,
Yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't see about this guy practicing with the ones. Yeah. No, DJ Chark got hurt at practice. Just draft him here. Yeah. You got the inside track. That's honestly not fair.
yeah, well, it is what it is. So.
Sorry, I'm just sweet like
Sorry.
that. Yeah.
I just like that Goff and Chark are like building a little bit of rapport, you know?
The boys.
Yeah, Goff looked good today too. He was making a lot of really good connections. Tough passes that were getting completed. Quintez Cephas looked good. He made this like slam dunk after he caught one of these. It was dope.
Hell yeah. People sleep on Cephas, man. I'm telling you.
I know.
He's not getting a lot of PT, but he's gonna.
He's back though. He's looking good at practice, healthy.
He looks good.
Nothing.
He looks healthy, looking good. He's running all the drills, doing everything with all the guys. So
awesome.
That was good to see as well. I'm excited for Hard Knocks tomorrow. I think it's going to be a good one.
Very excited.
Me too. Especially that little Jamal Williams clip with him going back and forth.
For sure.
I feel bad they don't remember this guy's name.
Zaire Williams or Zaire?
Yeah, Zaire something.
Alexander, something like that.
Yeah. The defense, though, at the first preseason game, that was the takeaway everyone came back. They're a little bit worried about. Was the offense absolutely killing those guys out there today, Maddy? The defense, were they holding their own at points, or was the offenses all over them today?
No, it looked good. I mean, everybody was playing well. So it's honestly, today wasn't that hard of a practice, so it's tough to say. They weren't playing fully. They didn't have pads on. So we'll see, what happens.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, I'm excited to see tomorrow.
And because we grabbed you in last minute, I was texting you. You were at the window. I'm like, please come in. People were actually literally asking for you in the chat.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm a wanted woman. Okay.
Hey, let them know they can follow you. Keep up with the Detroit Lions updates, though. Shout out your Twitter.
Yeah. My Twitter is Madeline V. Miller with 2 R's.
Let's run it.
Nobody knows how to spell my name, though, so
Oh.
it's fine. I'll put it in the chat.
I retweeted her, so go look at my page and follow me, and then you can follow Maddy.
All right. Let's argue
about double follow. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the heavyweights.
You know what? Like for Maddy right now. We got 155
Drop a like on
watching.
that.
Yeah.
Hit the like button and Maddy Thick.
Hit the like button and Maddy Thick.
I don't feel thick anymore.
Oh, it's blowing up. We just got 20 likes. No.
I was like, oh, man.
Okay,
oh, man.
Okay.
Spinny, where do you get your haircut, man?
You know, if you guys didn't know, if you don't know, now you know, because we broadcast this show live from the headquarters of Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in Birmingham. It's definitely awesome. When I get off the show, if I want to take an inch off, maybe clean up my dead ends or something, I can sit down on one of those chairs, and I know my girls, Alyssa or Megan, will take care of me. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. They are open 7 days a week. You can walk in anytime. No appointment necessary. walk in, sit down, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Like I said, Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime because at Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome. We are the Woodward Heavyweights, and we'll be right back.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you want to know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
OddsTrader.com's number one site for your game day bets. Play-by-play updates, live scores, and best price in every game from multiple sports books. Guys, if you're gambling your money, you're playing with your money, be smart. Use OddsTrader.com right now to shop for your best bet.
God did.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights. I'm your boy Eazy, join my man Spin More Racks.
What up, though?
We got Young Sus in the TV booth, one of the 1s, 2s, and 3s today. Shout out to him. And if you haven't already, please make sure you hit that like button and share it, man. Help the heavyweights out. Be a friend, tell a friend. All right? Damn, we just out here trying to make it. We ain't got no commercial, nothing, man. Except for Big BDE.
Yeah.
We had hella heavyweight commercial. Shout out to whoever's TD in that show.
Yeah, that guy's sweet, man.
That guy is pretty fucking sweet. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
You know, he's okay. He's okay. You know what's pretty fucking sweet? The Detroit Lions running back room.
Yeah, it is, baby.
We talked about it a little bit during the buy-sell segment. And things are getting heating up. I thought for sure it was going to be a lock between, because when camp started, Jamar was running the ball and he was looking great.
Yeah.
The only place he was lacking was catching out of the backfield.
Mm-hmm.
We obviously know what Craig Reynolds brings. Netflix already cemented himself as a third string running back for us. But that's already, last year I think they carried 4 guys at the running back position. Swift, Jamar, and Godwin. And obviously Craig ended up moving up after injury and stuff like that too. But we already have 3 guys down for sure that are making this team. I'm not even questioning. And that's DeAndre Swift, Jamal Williams, and Craig Reynolds. That 4 spot. The Russian roulette. Yeah.
Spin the barrel, Boris. We're getting feisty.
Yeah. What are you thinking, man?
Dude, it's Justin Jackson, man. I feel like it has to be Justin Jackson.
That fumble didn't scare you?
No. Like you said, man, the guy's, he just got into this. It's going to happen. But what he does, he brings a different skill set than these other guys. He brings that guy who can catch the ball out of the backfield, be a threat doing that, as well as running the ball between the tackles. I think he was used a lot, obviously, when Eckler was down in I always forget if it was Los Angeles at the time or San Diego, but for the Chargers, he was used a lot when Eckler went down, and he shined. We saw he was explosive. Mm-hmm. He was great in that offense. Again, running between the tackles, running outside of the tackle box, catching the ball out of the backfield. The guy was used as a 3-down back. So when you have a guy like that who has that potential, who has that experience, and has done it before in this league, it's very important to hold on to that. So I like it. I like Justin Jackson. The fumble, it didn't look good, but it doesn't really scare me.
Yeah. For me, I'm lost, bro. And they all got equal share, too. Like, I think that was done for a reason. Each and every one of them got 7 carries. Now, hold on. Let me pull up the stat line up on that one real quick, too, so I can look at them. So, obviously, we know Justin Jackson had the 54 yards. What, he had 21 scamper, you said? Went on for 21-yard run?
Yeah, 21-yard long scamper, 21
He's
yards.
bigger than I remember, too. For some reason, I thought he was a little guy. He's not thick, but he's tall, Or at least he runs high.
Yeah.
He runs, like, definitely, what's the word I'm looking for? Unorthodox. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, Craig's making the team. Like, those first 3 are for sure, like, lock, stock, and loaded. Obviously, Godwin had the 1 touchdown out of the group. It's tough, man. It's stiff competition right now. you said who's your fourth? Is Justin Jackson?
Justin Jackson, yeah.
Who's your second? Who's like the second closest for you?
I mean, it's got to be Jamar Jefferson. He's still riding the hype. They're still going to give him the carries because, you said, he looked so good in early training camp when he was making plays, gashing people. But, man, those hands, they kind of hurt me because you do need to be able to catch the ball.
Yeah.
They're not going to bring you in as a fourth running back if you can't catch the ball out of the backfield.
Especially this offense, like you already know you're going to see tons of play action.
Yes.
100% with Jared Goff. And the way he looks best as a quarterback is in those play action or run-heavy offenses. It's Dan Campbell, even at the presser today, got a little emotional. It seemed like when they talk about cutting guys. I don't know if you got to see that part. And I think it's because there's a lot of guys that kind of deserving, but also it's stiff competition. I guess, I'd probably have to go Justin Jackson too. I always want to say Jefferson when I'm saying his name.
Yeah.
Sucks as Jamar, we drafted him last year, but I doubt the running back market just so what's the word I'm looking for? There's so many options out there, man. I don't know that we'd necessarily lose him on the market if we put him on the practice squad. Godwin, I know, though, like you said earlier, he does contribute to special teams in a way, too.
He does, yeah. Godwin, they use him on special teams a lot, and that was one thing they said that made him stand out over Jamar Jefferson.
Yeah.
Was that he is used in those special teams. He, tries hard on those special teams. He goes out there and gives it his all. So it's going to be something you need to do if you're Jamar Jefferson. If you're fighting for that stock, you're not going to be able to just coast on special teams anymore. Not worried about that's what you need to do to crack rosters as a late round pick, as a fourth, fifth running back in this room. So he's going to need to show out. He's going to need to go out there and prove that he's doing everything he can to try to crack this roster because I think they're going to give him every opportunity to do it. And like you said, Dan Campbell's going to get emotional, but yeah, of course he is. Nobody likes firing anybody. I've had to fire people before. It's not fun. I know you've had to fire people before. Yeah. It's not fun, you know? And we're not in the position to do that anymore, unless we're talking about Sus. He might get fired. No, but it's especially from Dan Campbell. He's been there before. He's been on that cut line, been on that, fire line of talent, of player. And so he knows that feeling. He knows how you're on your, on your toes at all times, worrying about doing everything perfectly, not wanting to make the mistake to get cut. So obviously it's going to affect him more than it would just another coach who goes out there and does it. But yeah, you can't keep them all, man. You can't keep them all. So some of these guys, 2 of them probably, are going to have to get cut.
Cotton in the chat says, I think it's bad to say. I think Jamal is RB4. Roast me.
Jamal Williams?
Jamal Williams.
Yeah, no. That's bad to say.
That is bad to say.
That's bad to say. He's RB2.
The thing, too, is
he started last year.
Yeah, and I think you guys used the word, is either you or Maddy used the word elite when describing our running back room. I wouldn't say elite, but I'd say they're all pretty up to par in terms of equal footing outside of DeAndre Swift, who obviously we know we think is particularly has special something to him. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Deuce Staley says the same as well, all over Hard Knocks and even into the microphone during press conferences as well. You know what I'm saying? But the rest of them are kind of all interchangeable.
I think, outside of dude, it's honestly pretty crazy. All of the running back rooms in our division are good. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
What do you say we rank amongst those?
Probably third. Yeah. Even the Bears, you look at, David Montgomery and Khalil Herbert.
David Montgomery, I like him a lot.
And Khalil Herbert, he is good too.
Yeah.
And that's a good room. Obviously, you got, Dalvin Cook and Mattinson, and then I forget their third guy, like Izaruke or something, their third guy name, something wild like that. And then you go to the Packers have the best with Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. But, yeah, dude, we probably, as a division, for sure have the best running backs, grouping, division-wise.
Yeah.
Obviously, number 1 backfield is the Browns with Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, and Dearness Johnson. That's 3 guys who could start on most teams.
Good offensive line, too.
Yeah, so it's tough. But, yeah, we're up there. It's definitely a position of luxury in today's NFL to have a running back room this stacked because, like you said, running backs get tossed around. Like you said, it happened with us last year.
Yeah,
you pick up a guy like Craig Reynolds, and out of nowhere, he's gashing teams.
Yeah,
so
Justin Jackson,
you pick him up
out of nowhere,
pick him up off waivers, and the guy's looking like a stud in practice, in games, busting off 21-yard runs. We know what he did for the Chargers. So definitely a luxury position, but it's good to have a stockpile of guys that could fight for this spot because it's only going to make the people ahead of them go harder. It's going to fuel their fight. Like DeAndre Swift doesn't really have to worry about it, and to a smaller extent, Jamal Williams doesn't really have to worry about his spot. But Craig Reynolds, you don't think having those 3 guys behind him is going to fuel him to be better, to get better, to make more plays? When you got Jackson, Jefferson, and Igwebuike behind you, thirsty for that spot, hunting for that spot. Like, it's going to make them, fuel them to be better players than we've seen.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough decision. Probably more so, obviously, for Dan Campbell. He's the one that actually has to make it, and they have a personal relationship with those guys. But as a fan, a follower, observer of the team, I'm not really going to be too hurt either way, no matter what decision is decided, because, again, these guys are all pretty much interchangeable. I think the one guy I'd say, though, did show a little bit more of a bright spot is your boy Justin Jackson. And I don't know if it's necessarily because – and I actually think it is because he's better. Because, again, he did come up – obviously he's working out. He didn't just come straight up off the couch, but he's coming in. We see him do it before with the Chargers, with a whole other organization, and maybe it's for a reason. Maybe this guy belongs. And now, sometimes guys like that just can't seem to stay on a team. I don't know if there's, like, off-the-field issues or character issues or something like that, but Justin Jackson so far, for me, again, even as a receiving threat, I'd prefer to have – I don't want to even say prefer to have. I'm just comfortable with having him over Godwin or Jamar.
For sure. Yeah, it's like we said, the guy's been there. He's done it before. He's started games in this league. He's started damn near like a whole season in this league for the Chargers. It's a guy that is a change of pace as well.
Yeah.
Like I said, he's different from the other running backs that we have.
You think of how, like, Swift's going to be used in this passing game. Like, again, Justin's been that, Justin was with L.A., with the Chargers. I don't know if they're in L.A. or San Diego at that point, but I remember, again, Austin Eckler went down, and then it was Justin Kelly. Justin Kelly went down.
Yeah.
And then Justin Jackson comes in. Like, every single one of those guys producing just as much as the other guy was before him. But Justin Jackson, for me, I think I'm going to take him as my RB4. And honestly, we might even do an RB4 situation because of Kapinda.
Yeah.
You still got maybe, yeah. Kapinda. Which he's a cool guy, too, by the way. We might have him on the show at some point. But, Getting feisty in there, which I didn't expect it to get. I thought guys like Jamar and Godwin were going to be locks. So correct too, but Justin Jackson came in, has definitely made a case for himself.
He's come in and he's made waves, and like we said, it might be because he's been there, he's done it before, compared to Jamar Jefferson or Godwin Igwebuike. He's had those reps in the National Football League before. He's gone out there and made plays, or it could be because he's a change of pace from those other guys. Like I said, great hands coming out of the backfield. Can run in between, on the edge, whatever you really need him to do at that running back position. He's not limited to, okay, this is our first and down, second down guy. This is our third down guy. If needed to be, he can be a 3-down back. If, God forbid, Swift goes down or something like that, this guy can go in there and he can fill in for stretches of times because he's done it before for another high-level back in Austin Eckler in a high-level offensive system that they had for the Chargers. So I'm excited for him. I think he's making the team, I think, for sure. Especially if he goes out there and has another good performance in the third week of the preseason.
Yeah, it sucks. You have to make cuts like this week. I think 5 guys can get cut this week. I don't know who the hell it's going to be.
Yeah.
This past preseason game, I think, made that tough for a lot of guys, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Defensive, I think there's a couple guys you for sure cut. James Mitchell not looking too hot at that tight end position, I'm going to say, though, real quick. But I do want to acknowledge Ben Johnson, what he did in the run game in terms of development of that, because last week we couldn't get anything going against the Falcons. And again, just preseason game. But this week you saw him change the strategy for that second unit. I think they went a lot more I formation, just power running, stuff like that. And one of my favorite offensive coordinators, or he's a coach now, but Kyle Shanahan, again, I think I said this on the show before, he'll give you the same exact look and just be a completely different play.
Yeah.
Each one of these guys got 7 carries.
Yes.
And they're all productive, too.
It's a tryout, man. It's a tryout for that RB4 spot.
Yeah.
It's who can do the most with what they're given. We're giving them each 7. We're going to do it each against the same type of, defense, the same level of competition. And Justin Jackson produced the most.
Yeah.
By far. So, I mean, it's... Again, if he goes out there and he does the same thing, if he outperforms those other 2 guys, if he has another great week in week 3, I don't think you can leave him off the roster.
100%. And I was just trying to give more kudos to Ben Johnson in the fact of developing the offensive run scheme, because from week 1 to week 2, preseason wise, it was night and day.
Yes.
They weren't able to do anything on the Falcons in terms of running the football. And again, maybe it's just because no, actually, the Colts are a better team than the Falcons defensively. They have been historically.
100%.
So
yeah.
I'm giving Ben Johnson all the credit for that one. 7, 7, 7, and 7. Like you're drawing shit up for that to work every single time. All those guys upwards of 20 to 30 yards. But let me tell you guys real quick, okay, before we talk some more football, about some Cintron. Cintron! Oh, yeah! Cintron's the new energy drink for the active lifestyle. Make sure you guys check them out right now because at Kroger, you get 2 cans of Cintron for $4. That's 2 cans, no Sam. And Cintron's also the official energy drink of the Detroit Red Wings. Cintron's combined all 3 of their super delicious flavors into a limited edition pack, and it's called the 6-pack sampler. So make sure you guys check it out for that one, too. Also, check them out at CintronWorld.com/Red Wings. Cintron, get energized. We'll have weights. We'll be right back, baby.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Spencer for the Monroe Street Midway presented by Bedrock Detroit. And this Thursday, the heavyweights are going to be broadcasting live. That's right, live from the Monroe Street Midway.
Thursday.
Win one of these fire shirts, some of this fire merch, you got to come down there and you're going to be going one-on-one versus Young Sus in the post. First one to put a bucket on him gets this shirt. And if you dunk on him, oh man, we'll bring you on the show. If you dunk on Sus, you're getting a shirt, and we're bringing you on the show.
Big Sus in the post.
Grab your favorite jersey and join us at Monroe Street Midway on August 25th for the Jersey Thursday roller skating party. Our very own us will be broadcasting live from the Rollout Detroit Roller Rink, and with a jersey-themed party standing immediately after, with a DJ and a jersey giveaway. So mark your calendars and join the Woodward crew. Jersey Thursday, August 25th at the Monroe Street Midway.
Should I wear my Josh Smith Motor City jersey?
God. Yes, wear that, and I want somebody to dunk.
That's got to be the worst jersey I own.
Run this poll for me. What are you more likely to get punched in? A Blake Griffin jersey or a Josh Smith jersey?
Oh, it's Josh Smith, easy. Come on, don't do Blake like that. Don't do Blake like that.
Because Blake did us like that.
No,
that's like that.
Spencer, I know you want to troll me. I know you want to troll me, but come on.
Yeah, no. Blake Griffin better than Josh Smith.
Yeah.
No, but what would you look most likely to get punched in the face for?
Josh Smith.
Easy.
Smith? Yeah.
That man stole $40 million from us, or what? What was it, like 60 million? 40? 40, I think.
Well, how much did Blake steal?
Less than that.
Less than that? Didn't he have 2 years left in that deal?
Yeah, but he gave back $13 million, and he did ball out for 1 year. Josh Smith never balled out.
Run the poll, so we get back to talk to some football.
We went undefeated.
Went
undefeated when Josh Smith got cut. Remember? That was our third. That was our 4th championship banner.
Well, thank you for talking and never putting the camera on you once.
Yeah,
piece of work, man. Run the poll.
I'm not selfish.
We're back talking Detroit Lions football, and it guy's been a hot debate all across social media, all across the YouTube chat. Tom Kennedy, TK85. Is he making the roster or not, Spinny?
Is he making the roster?
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, that's tough. That's tough, man. We got a crowded room. We have a lot of receivers. We have a lot of guys on. With J-Mo out for, at the very least, the first 4 weeks of the season, because he's going to start on the pup. I think he's got a spot. I do think he's got a spot. We saw him get used last year as the gadget guy. He threw a touchdown to Kalif Raymond.
Yeah.
He did multiple things in the passing game that were good. I think he's getting a little overhyped. Not gonna lie, it is preseason, but it's hard again to keep a guy that's producing like this off of the roster. It's hard to keep a guy who's going crazy like this off of the roster. So I think he will. I think he will make the roster in some facet, whether that's special teams, whether that's as the fifth receiver or sixth receiver for the first couple weeks of the season until J-Mo gets back. We'll need to see, but I think it's hard. I think it's hard not to go with Tom Kennedy on this roster.
I'm with you too, man. I see a lot of people on Twitter, YouTube chat too, man. A lot of guys like hating on Tom Kennedy. It's like, I guess one way I can maybe see it. No, I can't. To be honest with you. Like, I get the initial reaction to like when you see a Tom Kennedy, and I think back to my first day at training camp a couple weeks back. We were watching the wide receiver lines, and like there's clearly a difference in like how fast some of these guys are cutting and running their routes versus how Tom Kennedy's cutting and running his routes. However, just like 7-Eleven, the guy's almost always open. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a sure-handed guy as well. You don't see Tom Kennedy with a lot of drops. Now, Trinity Benson, the guy's a lot more flashier, a lot more likely to cut up the field and make a move. But we've seen him fumble some balls when it gets in his hands, even on kick returns at times too. Like, and another thing too is I was leaning towards like Trinity Benson, or actually I was leaning towards like even Kalif Raymond being a for sure lock on this team. But look at Kalif Raymond, his role on the squad's more so as a returner, both in kick and punt return. But Maurice Alexander,
yeah,
I'm sorry if it's too early to even talk like that, but like he was just killing it way too consistently for it not to be a conversation. I think Kalif might even be up for discussion right now at this point. If Tom Kennedy is especially producing this way, now don't get me wrong, Kalif, did his thing in game one. I think it was just a one catch though, no?
Mm-hmm. No, he had a couple catches, I'm pretty sure.
The thing with Tom Kennedy is like he's been doing this, guys. It's not just against these second and third stringers that people want, oh, he's going against the second string, he's going against the third stringers. Of course it's going to happen. There's other wide receivers in this league going against the same second, third stringers, not putting up the numbers that Tom Kennedy's done. I think he led week one in terms of wide receiving in the entire NFL league in receiving yards week one. Week two, we have obviously the 2 touchdowns. And Chad Johnson, Ocho Cinco, tweeted out himself, Tom Kennedy.
Yeah.
I'm watching.
I know your name now. Yeah.
I know your name now. And he's a guy, I don't know if you guys remember too, like Devontae Adams before he blew up as like the best receiver. He had literally sent a video of him crying at his route running. You remember that?
Yeah.
Ocho Cinco, they had a video of him crying watching him run routes. Like, and obviously Ocho Cinco's Ocho Cinco too. Like, he was a dog-ass receiver himself. So like for him to give the nod to Tom Kennedy, I think it's a little bit more than just like hype or him going against second or third rounders. Like this guy, second and third stringers, I apologize. This guy's a real deal.
Yeah.
He's putting up the numbers, and again, in practice and training camp, I've seen him get ones against Jeff Okudah. Ripping him, getting it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And like, I think he's worth the spot. I mean, look at Cooper Kupp. I'm not saying it's Cooper Kupp.
Calm down a little
but
bit,
I'm just saying, like, less athletic guys. You know what I'm saying? Cooper Kupp actually ran a slower 40 time than Tom Kennedy. But Cooper Kupp, you have that as an example. Not a good example. I'm just move away from that one altogether. But Wes Welker, my guy, Danny Amendola.
Yeah.
I mean, tons of guys just like this. Julian Edelman. You know what I'm saying? Like, these high motor guys.
High motor, just do the hard work. Do what they need to do. You take them home to mom and cook them some dinner. It's hard to leave a guy like that off the roster as he's been performing. Like I said, as he's been performing in this preseason, it's hard to leave him off your roster. I think you got to bring him in. Like I said, whether it's in the wide receiving group or on special teams, you need to make a spot for him because we know he can produce, because he is producing in these games, because he looks better than pretty much any other receiver we've had play in the preseason. Obviously, for limited numbers, I'm not saying he's better than Amon-Ra or DJ Chark or anything like that. But out of these guys that he's fighting with, he looks the best.
And let's be real about it too. Like Trinity Benson, the guy that you said, we're gonna say is more capable or has like more. I guess that's the one argument you would say is Trinity is probably looking at maybe receiving punts and stuff like that too. Like there's a use for him on special team, which Tom Kennedy ran special teams this week too, and Dan Campbell said he's getting double team. In fact, I'm gonna find this quote real quick actually from him from this press conference. I meant to make it a graphic, but the day got carried away from me because the fire-ass merch came in. Shout out to Berkeley Edwards and the Beast Now.
Shout out.
But let me read this for you. It's from Dan Campbell, okay? And they asked about Tom Kennedy being on the special teams. He said, that's why we put him out there in terms of him winning the job. He said, that's why we put him out there at the gunner and jammer to get some looks at him. I saw a couple times of them, and, he got doubled on a couple, which means he's winning. I would say he didn't disappoint, but I need to go back and watch the film. We're trying to give him every opportunity to make this team. That's what this means, because he won't go away, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, if you won't go away like that and you're impressing your coach, you're going to make the team.
100%.
If he goes out there again and just like Justin Jackson, if he goes out there and outperforms these guys that he's battling with again, you can't keep him off the roster. It's as simple as that. If he is your best performer out of the Trinity Bensons, out of Khalil Pimpleton, he's got to make the roster. Mm-hmm. Like you said, he went out there. He leads the NFL in receiving yards in the preseason. I understand, preseason, wow. But it's impressive for this guy. It's impressive. He makes catches. He makes plays when his name's called upon. And we saw him do it to a much smaller extent in the regular season. So I think he's got to make the roster. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, guys like Trinity Benson, and again, guys across the league are getting these same opportunities, but none of them are cashing in the same way, Tom Kennedy is. Both in receiving yards and touchdowns now, too. There's a role for those guys on the NFL, on an NFL roster. We see them in Super Bowl situations. I don't want to bring up Cooper Kupp because that's just that guy's obviously amazing. He's been a dog. But Wes Welker, Julian Edelman, I'm saying we've been over the list. I get all white receivers, but all the white receivers kind of share the same role. Let's be honest about it.
It's the role, yeah.
Yeah. Again, man.
We're not saying Tom Kennedy is going to turn into Super Bowl MVP or anything like that.
But Calvin Johnson.
That's it. Compare him to Calvin Johnson. Why doesn't Tom Kennedy look like that? Why isn't he the biggest freak of nature in the history of the NFL? No, but it's for a guy that keeps producing. For every time you put him in there, he doesn't do, like you said, he doesn't drop balls, he doesn't miss assignments, he does what is asked of him, and he's doing it at a high level. He's doing it better than those around him. So it's much harder for you to come up with reasons why he should miss the roster, other than the wide receiver room stacked.
Yeah.
But as a wide receiver 5'6", it's hard for you to say this is why he shouldn't, compared to all the reasons you have of what he's done, how he's produced, and why he should make the roster.
I'm writing down right now on the list. I'm around St. Brown, obviously. Again, last year they carried 6 people. And hey, we may only have 2 quarterbacks in this roster because both those guys are between Boyle and Blau.
You doo-doo.
Yeah, 100%. You guys are equally shit. Yeah. I think Blau's more of a gamer, but I think Boyle has a bigger arm. But I think one of those guys is getting cut to make an extra spot for these wide receivers because you got Amon-Ra St. Brown, lock, DJ Chark, lock, Josh Reynolds, lock. Quintez Cephas, I'm going to say a lock right now. Kalif Raymond, I'm going to be honest with you guys. It might be getting a little interesting there. But Jameson Williams, lock.
But again, he's probably going to miss the first 5 weeks of the season.
Yeah. So Tom Kenny's going to make it off that already.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know what? Tall that.
Bye.
To all the TK85 haters, the anti-TK guys. He's going to make this roster just simply based off injury, and then maybe he gets put on the practice squad then. But
and maybe he's outperforms Kalif Raymond the first couple weeks of the season.
Yeah. Another good one I missed, Adam Thielen. Shout out to Don Rivera, whoever said it before him. If you did, I missed it. It's probably because you didn't hit that like button. You say who?
Sebo said it first.
That's your boy Sebo?
Yeah.
Sebo, hit the like button, man. Hit the share button, Sebo. Damn.
Yeah, for real.
Damn, Sebo. I can't believe Mustache won that.
Good for him. He's hyped for it.
That's dope. I'm glad I don't got to ship it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Saves me a little bit there.
No, you got to ship it. I'm not giving it to him.
100%. But Tom Kenny's been doing this against all defenses. We've seen it against the Steelers last year. But who has the best defense? Who do you think would lock him down for show?
As you know, the best defense is right here at Woodward Sports, and that is Guardian Alarm. Because summertime is here, and that means spending more time outside. Let Guardian Alarm give you peace of mind, whether you're inside or outside enjoying the sunshine. Just call 1-800-STAY-OUT today, and you can rest easy knowing you have 24/7 protection. That's 1-800-STAY-OUT, and let them know the Woodward Heavyweights sent you. We are the Woodward Heavyweights, and we will be right back.
It took exploring 50 different formulas and hosting countless taste tests, but we believe Gypsy Vodka is the smoothest vodka on the market. Don't believe us? Ask the owners.
Mike and Adam Kazanowski with High Five Spirits Distillery. We're in close to about 1,200 locations throughout Michigan. We wanted to create a brand that was geared more towards freedom, love, adventure, and at the end of the day, we really wanted to tell a story that inspired other people to take risk, follow their dreams, whatever that might be.
Hey, it's Scott from the Woodward Bet Show. It's Friday. Thank goodness. Listen, we've been red hot all week over there at the Woodward Bet Show. You guys got to make sure you come over and check us out at 4:30 at the Woodward Bets YouTube page. You guys also got to make sure you get over to that app store and download oddstrader.com. It's got live scoring, play-by-play updates, the best place to check all the odds of sportsbooks right in the palm of your hand. But hey, let's get to them fun coupons. That's what we want, winners. Listen, guess what? I'm rolling with the Tigers today. You know why? Angels stink. Sandoval stinks. They haven't won one start in his last 10. So listen, we're going to roll with that. Oddstrader.com, Woodward Bets. Check it out.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Spencer for Big Frog in Novi. And right now, you can get a free Woodward Sports t-shirt. That's right, a free Woodward Sports t-shirt. All you got to do is go into Big Frog Novi and tell them we sent you. And they will print you out one on the spot all month long. So go to Big Frog Novi today and get your free t-shirt or visit them online at bigfrog.com/Novi. Jesus Christ, man.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Voice. I'm your boy Eazy Joe, my man Spin more racks.
What up, though?
We got Young Sus in the TD booth. I was foaming at the mouth there at that Big Frog beatboxing game.
Bro.
Wait, what you mean? That's $1 million hit right now.
Traffic. Trying to find my chat stick. Feeling kind of car sick. There's a Ford Maverick.
Shout out to chat, just giving us a plethora of white wide receivers. We got Chris Hogan, which honestly is probably my most accurate comp, I feel like, for Tom Kennedy.
Chris Hogan?
Another former lacrosse
player
turned
he's
wide
bigger,
receiver.
Though. Isn't Chris Hogan?
He might be big.
He was pretty good size.
Chris Collinsworth, someone Joey T. Times doing that. Look, man, I think Tom Kennedy's making the Jeff Chadwick, Chris Durham.
Chris Durham was bigger, too.
Yeah, Chris Durham was definitely bigger. But I think he's based off the injury alone, because like you said, J-Mo's most likely starting the season on the PUP list. We've heard Tom Pelissero say it, and then we heard his teammate and T.J. Hawkinson say it on the Bus with the Boys podcast. Probably starting the season on the PUP list, giving Tom Kennedy, I think, a spot for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Or Maurice Alexander. I mean, he was stud. Yeah. He was stud this last week. But you know who probably helps Tom Kennedy look like a stud?
Who's that?
Your boy Ben Johnson.
Who that be?
Offensive coordinator, who I think has been killing it.
Didn't shine on Hard Knocks either.
There's so many more exuberant personalities. I definitely didn't expect him to get shine. No.
I expect him to at least talk to the guy. They haven't said it. The only time you saw him was when he was talking to the walkie-talkie when Deuce and AG were going at it.
Those my show.
That's fair. I have no idea what he looks like.
Yeah, he's the offensive coordinator. I thought they would at least talk to him. I understand not featuring him because, you said, he's probably a mild-mannered guy, but you got to at least talk to him. It's kind of important.
100%.
I bet 80% of the country thinks Deuce Staley is the offensive coordinator.
Honestly, probably so.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, probably, 100% they think he's the offensive coordinator. Because he's out there like he is.
I mean, it's good, I guess, but you got to at least talk to the guy. He hasn't had one solo camera cut.
Streetwise tripping. Streetwise in the chat said, time to cut JMO ? I don't know. I mean, Streetwise, I don't.
Yeah, that's
could
just
be trolling.
That's just trolling for sure.
Definitely a troll. Definitely not cutting JMO. He's gonna be a dog. I'm more than anyone on this team. Obviously, we know that Aiden's gonna be a stud for sure at this point because we've seen him in action. But beforehand, blindly picking a guy that's gonna produce, I still confident JMO being that guy.
Yeah,
100%. He's gonna be a dog.
Oh yeah, JMO's gonna be a dog,
especially within Ben Johnson's offense. Hoping so.
JMO's a dog. He brings that element that we haven't had since Kelvin. That if it touches his hands, he could take it to the house on any given play. The guy is explosive. The guy has a type of speed that only a handful of dudes in the NFL have. He was literally, I know, you don't get too hype off of these, but he was second in Madden rating speed behind only Tyreek Hill.
Which is crazy.
So, the guy has burners. The guy has world-class speed. I can't wait until he catches that first slant and takes that boy 70 yards to the house because he just explodes off the line of scrimmage. I'm excited for him. Dude's going to be a stud for sure.
Speaking of Ben Johnson, though, Detroit Lions offense throughout preseason, just 2 weeks, and again, it's just preseason, but ranking third.
Yeah.
Per PFF.
That's I don't really care about PFF preseason ranks, honestly.
But speaks to boy Ben Johnson, though.
I'd care more about what I see out of it. The play calling I see out of it, the situational play calling I see out of it. And like you said, yeah, it looks good. And we heard, at the end of last year, in the early stages of the offseason, we don't know, is Ben Johnson going to be calling plays? Is Dan Campbell going to be calling plays? What's going on there? What's going on with this offensive situation for the line? It's Ben Johnson. This is Ben Johnson's offense. He's going to be calling plays. He had an entire offseason to institute his scheme, to show these guys what he wants them to do where, how he wants them to do things, and what's going to be going on, all of the nuances of this offense and how it's going to work. We've seen it so far in the preseason. Yeah, that's cool that they're the third-ranked offense in the preseason. Don't really care about it because that's not our offense. But we saw when it was the starters, when it was Jared Goff and the rest of the ones going out there against the ones of, it's the Falcons, but they looked good. They looked crisp. They were executing. The offensive line was being the people movers, doing what they need to do, moving these guys around. Jared Goff was hitting with Amon-Ra St. Brown. These guys were getting open. He was looking through multiple reads. He had all day to throw the ball. So I am excited to see what Ben Johnson can do with a full year of this offense, to see if he brings Amon-Ra out of the backfield more. See if he uses Jameson Williams when he's back. Think of a weapon like that getting used by an intelligent young offensive mind. Think of the slip screens, the jet bubbles, the jet reverses, the sweeps, all the different things that you can do with the speed and caliber of a Jameson Williams when he's back in this Ben Johnson offense. So I'm excited to see where he takes it from. It's been off to a very good start. I want to see it in some live action. I'm excited to see the ones run for a little while, even without Jared Goff in this next postseason game.
Bye. No, Ben Johnson hype, man. I'm telling you what, I see us, we're ranked as like the third overall offense throughout the first 2 weeks of preseason. I'm buying into the hype. I know it's preseason, but nonetheless, I just, based off what my eyes tell me, watching the approach they took in the Atlanta Falcons game, looking incapable of running the football, to where like he chopped things up, obviously switched it up, had a different stance the following week because all they did was run. Now, they did see that defense all week during practice because they locked up or collabed, with the Colts all last week. So maybe that gave them a benefit of the doubt. I will have to throw that in there. But nonetheless, like just seeing them switch things up because that second string offensive line we said was horrible coming off of last week. This following week, obviously switched the scheme up a little bit, the run scheme, more of a power run scheme, and you're not saying the same. You know what I'm saying? They look like capable human beings to play backup offensive linemen. And I'm crediting that to Ben Johnson. Mm-hmm. Again, those guys in the running back room, all in competition, each one of those guys got 7 carries.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? At some point, as a defensive coordinator, you're trying to stop that. Mm-hmm. On top of having like just the competitiveness all throughout practice that week of saying, I want to stop this guy and stamping that, we're the better team. They're being competitive, you know what I'm saying? And Ben Johnson, having given all those guys 7 carries and their defense unable to stop it. The Colts defense, which, like it or love it, they're one of the better defenses in the league.
Hey, little love it, the underdogs on top.
And I'm going to shout homie until my heart start go ahead and envy me. I'm Raps MVP, and I ain't going nowhere so you can get to know me. No.
On the grill, I'm a low rider.
Copyright strike, not playing. But I'm buying into that hype a little bit, man. Bye. I think Ben Johnson's showing himself as a real deal. Again, 4 of those guys, 7 carries. Colts defense, a reputable defense, unable to stop that. Ben Johnson, the man.
Yeah,
looking like the man.
I feel like you got to buy. And buy. And it's like you literally saw what he did, how much he changed that offense from last year without this full complement of weapons that he's going to have this year, without an entirely healthy offensive line that he's going to have to begin this year, without a more confident Jared Goff that he's going to have this year. You saw what he did after Anthony Lynn left and he took over. The offense looked night and day. And yeah, part of it was we finally got Josh Reynolds, a guy who can stretch the field, but it's also using Amon-Ra. Like Anthony Lynn didn't see what Amon-Ra was at the beginning of the year. Like, it took so long for that guy to get integrated into the offense. And then Ben Johnson was like, yeah, we're riding this, man. Throw him the ball 100 times. Like, literally, that kind of blows my mind. But this is all the rave. Everybody knows this is the wave in the NFL. These young, offensive-minded coordinators who come in here, change some things up, and make moves. High-powered offenses, West Coast offense, different things. Whatever the hell Kyle Shanahan's offense is called, and he just does a bunch of crazy shit. But it's good. You see that. You need that innovation. You need a different perspective, and that's what Ben Johnson provided last year. He is only going to continue to build off of that. Again, like I said, with these new weapons, with DJ Chark, with Jameson Williams when he gets back, with a full season of Josh Reynolds, and it's exciting. It's honestly exciting to be like, okay, this Lions offense can be extremely explosive, and we finally have a guy that can use all those weapons, use his brain, and cook up some nasty schemes that teams are not going to want to go against.
100%. Just a real quick Detroit Lions update on terms of like the waiver wire. No transactions going on in that right now.
Okay.
We had to cut 5 guys. No one's been cut yet. They have up until tomorrow to make those final decisions. Just wanted to give you guys that quick update. Spinny, before we come back, because I do want to talk some Detroit Pistons. This is the last one, or should we save that one for tomorrow?
Save it for tomorrow.
All right. Before we do that, though, where's the best spot to eat, man?
It's Big
For the
Boy,
heavyweights.
man. It's Big Boy, man. They got the ciabattas back at Big Boy. You look at that. They got the Sunrise Ham and Cheddar, the Chicken Cordon Bleu, or the Ultimate Hitter, that chicken club with the honey mustard and bacon. Or you can keep it light with their Michigan apple, chicken Caesar, and Greek salads. Don't forget to cool off with a nice hand-baked cookies and cream or strawberry shake. I'm telling you, that cookies and cream shake is a hitter. You can trust me. I am a Big Boy. And you heard it here first, folks. Summer just got better at Big Boy. We are the Woodward Heavyweights. We will be right back.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin Mo Rex.
What up, though?
We got Young Sus in the TD booth in the 1, 2s, and 3s, producing the visuals and audio today. Shout out to him.
Shout out.
I gotta go at gotta learn some football to some people, you know what I'm saying?
Make sure you like and subscribe before you do that.
100%. Hey, we are 10 likes away from hitting 100. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's hit that 100.
Hit that 100, all right? Joey 2 times in chat. Talking about Kalif Raymond being a lock for the roster. I think he's definitely on the safer side. I will say, though, Spinny, may I ask you, since I can't ask Joey 2 times, or maybe you answer in the chat.
Go ahead. Ask me, buddy.
What is Kalif's greatest value to this team? Is it as a wide receiver or a kick returner?
Probably a kick returner. I mean, his greatest value, probably kick returner.
Right.
He's a good wide receiver, don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but we have a lot of guys better than him, so.
For sure. And I'd say the same. We saw a gentleman by the name of Maurice Alexander come in as a kick returner this past weekend. Did a pretty damn good job.
Mhm.
Consistently, too. It's not one of those ones like, oh, he had that one big break-off run.
Consistent.
Like, consistently had some dog-ass kick returns. And again, that special team unit is typically made up of those second to third stringers. So it's probably the same second to third stringers that make up our starting special team units come regular season. Maurice Alexander, say what you want. I don't know what's going on in practice. I'm not there. Maybe get some more. Maybe ask Maddy or Noah to tune in on that matchup throughout the camp, or the rest of the camp. But I'm just saying.
You say what you say when you're saying it. It's I think Kalif's a lock to make the roster.
I think he's more likely to make the roster than not.
100%, easily. Like we said, the guy led our team in receiving for the first 7 weeks of the year last year. So
But I'm saying, like, you know, his greatest value is getting threatened right now by a guy named Reese Alexander.
That's fair.
That's all I'm saying. I just want to talk about it a little bit. We'll dive full in tomorrow for this topic. And again, congratulations to our guy Mustache for winning the Aiden Hutchinson poster, autograph poster. But we know you live in the area, man. I'm making you come up to get this one because we're taking a picture and we're slapping that one on social media. Also on social media, if you guys missed it, Monday Night Football with the heavies.
With the heavyweights.
Everybody that's here locally, come chill with the heavies at the Coliseum.
See some heavies
on 8 Mile.
We're gonna have some heavies available there for you. I'm not trying to get in trouble, but I can't say too much. But Monday Night Football starts September 12th. The Woodward Heavyweights will be live from the Coliseum nightclub.
Empowering women.
You said what?
Empowering women.
Empowering women.
100%. 100%.
Spanking with lamb chops.
Jalen Rose said the Detroit Pistons have the next great backcourt.
They have it. We talked about, you know, all of the Pistons' great teams. They were led by that all-star backcourt. Obviously, you look at the championship teams. You got Jody and Isaiah Thomas. You got Chauncey Billups and Rip Hamilton. Those are guys that lead the team in most statistical categories. Those are guys that are the leaders, the heart and soul of those teams, and the best players on those teams. So Jalen Rose thinks we all know Jalen's a slappy for some Detroit sports, especially the Pistons, but it's hard to disprove him because, you know, obviously we still need to see it with Ivy, but Cade is a stud. Cade is our guy. Cade is going to be a 20-year player for the Pistons. He's going to be a perennial all-star. He is going to be one of the best point guards in the league for a long time. So I had, you know, if you got that in Cade Cunningham, you're really just waiting to see it out of Jaden Ivey. And I think Jaden Ivey will be a great player in this league. I think Jaden Ivey will make all-star games in this league. So I'm not mad about it. I think this back, obviously, like I said, we still need to see it.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. Anything is possible. But with what we have, what we know of Cade Cunningham, what he did in his rookie year, like the numbers he was putting up that only Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and Luka Doncic did in their rookie years, like, the guy's special. He is going to be a force for a long time. So we still need to see it out of Jaden Ivey, but I think Jaden Ivey will provide a great skill set that balances with Cade, and they can be a great pairing for a long time.
It's a scary thing to say because you say those names. I mean, you're mentioning champions. You know what I'm saying?
Hall of Famers.
Isaiah Thomas, the greatest franchise player the Pistons ever had. Like, those are scary names in comparison too. But like, I can't remember a time this conversation's ever been able to be had before. You know what I'm saying? And I think rightfully so. Cade Cunningham, #1 overall pick, averaged what you said, 22 points once he finally got a big man down there.
22, 6, and 5.
Yeah, like, I'm for it. I think the floor's open to have that type of conversation. Chris, what about you?
For me, it's like it's the Jaden Ivey part of it, you know, because you got to see how he plays out, and potentially it could be there, but I'm interested to have this conversation a couple years down the line. Like, if we revisit this topic and we're drafting the six guards from this current backcourt, you know, the Isaiah and Joe D and the Chauncey and Rip. And Isaiah's probably going to be 1. Cade would probably, I imagine, be 2 or 3. And then from there, you know, it gets interesting. Like, where does Jaden Ivey rank? Like, right now, I feel like I don't think Jaden Ivey will. I think Jaden Ivey will be good, but I don't think he'll even reach Rip Hamilton or Joe D level. And Joe D's a level above Rip, but I don't think he'll even reach Rip's level. So that's kind of where I hesitate. But then again, Cade's better than Chauncey to me, or I project him to be better than Chauncey.
You don't think he'll reach Rip level? You don't think he'll?
I think Rip level attainable.
Yeah, you can make 3 All-Star games and average like 17 to 20 points in his career.
I think it's possible. If I'm putting money on it right now, I'm putting no. But again, I haven't seen him dribble in the NBA yet. But and also the guards are just more competitive than today in today's era than any other era. So that's why I would lean no. But it's not totally out of the realm of possibility for me.
That's fair.
Rip Hamilton, 17 points career average, but obviously when you compare Rip Hamilton, you're comparing like the championship version of Rip Hamilton.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's different eras. Like Rip, if he played in today's era, would average more.
I hope that he'd be open and willing to, you know, play a similar game to Rip Hamilton with Cade Cunningham being the playmaker that I think he's going to be, because Jalen, obviously, super fast guy. Jaden, I'm sorry, I apologize, but you know, to run off of screens and just, you know, run around, get open. I mean, Steph, great. All-time great. Where you want to put him, that's a conversation for another day. But even him, he himself is constantly running to get open, you know. So I hope Jaden's open to having that because, I think maybe he could rip status, but I don't know if we're saying championship status, but like, rip status. Yeah, I could see that.
It's what they need to do if they want to be considered in that elk. They got to win championships. That's just how it is, and that's what it is. That's how it is. And
real quick, hold on though.
We'll need to see
before we wrap this up. Can we get 3 more likes?
3 more likes.
Yeah, 3 more likes. But do you guys think both of you? Do you guys think both of you would say it's fair that he's not? No.
I dog walk you.
I dog walk you. Do you think that it's fair to say that right now, Rip or Jaden Ivey, like when it's said and done, like where do you think that lands?
I think Jaden Ivey can have a better career than Rip Hamilton. I mean, obviously the championship thing is what's going to take it and that, but like stat wise, I think Jaden Ivey can do that for sure.
Yeah, 17 and a half, definitely.
17 and a half and 3 All-Star games. Like, I'm not trying to bash Rip or anything. I love Rip. But, I think that's very obtainable.
Can we bump Rip's 17 to, like, 20 for inflation?
20 for inflation.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. You get the inflation of points in, like, today's era. Like, I would definitely say that 17 is doable. The 3 All-Star games, I hope is doable. But,
for sure.
We'll see.
For sure doable. But that'll do it for us today. We appreciate you guys for chilling with us. Make sure you like right now. Do it, please. We need one more. Do it. Do it.
Cringe.
But we are the Woodward Heavyweights. We thank you guys for liking, for subscribing, for sharing. Make sure you watch. Make sure you tell your friends. Make a fake account for your grandma and make sure she's watching. For the man to the left of me, Speak Easy, the one and only. For Young Sus, Christopher Platty holding it down in the TD booth, running double duty. I am Spencer Raxter. We are the Woodward Heavyweights, and we'll catch you guys again tomorrow from 5 to 7. Peace.